Shocking videos on the internet that will shake up your reality. With that being said, let's get right into it.
5 reasons why I don't drink. Reason number 1, your body turns alcohol into ethanol. Yes, gasoline. Alcohol is toxic, so your body has to break it down. The only way for it to break it down is to turn it into gasoline fool. Number 2, blanking out. Alcohol messes up your ability to make good decisions. You are basically sleepwalking when you're blacked out drunk. And if you got shit to lose, this is not something you should be doing often. Number 3, alcohol dehydrates your body so fast. When you pour alcohol in your skin, it dries it out. What do you think it's doing to your soft tissues that actually need the water and moisture that's on it? It's drying that shit up, bro. That's why the next day you be throwing up everywhere and feeling like shit, bro. Headache be on 100 thou wow. That's cause you need some hydration. Go get you some coconut water if you do got a hangover. Number 4, alcohol destroys your testosterone and messes up your hormones and destroys your muscle gains too. And I work out, I don't like to move backwards. Alcohol decreases testosterone levels in both men and women. It disrupts hormone production, which will lead to fertility challenges. And reason number 5, alcohol is disgusting. This is like my number 1 reason why I don't drink. Like, I actually hate the taste of alcohol, bro. Like, I despise it, bro. There's no way you can make alcohol taste good to me. If you mix the alcohol, maybe. But still, if I can taste it, bro, just throw it away. That shit tastes like pink ice.
Oh, she's... You got it, bro. What you want, a McGriddle? You want a Crunch Wrap Supreme? Shoot, I know it's an Arby's, but I can get you anything you need, bro. I can get you a Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, bro. Whatever you need, bro. Whatever you need. You're not about to Hulk smash my door, bro. You got it. I don't want no beef, no problem. You got it.
She really just did that. Dang. You got it. You got it. You want the hash brown? You want 2 hash browns? A woman got possessed dog from her dad. Now it moves on its own. This dog looks so creepy, man. For real.
I'm just waiting on the Chris Brown concert, and September 8th need to come on. That's it. That's all. I'm just
Like, like, is she trying to put spells on Chris Brown or something? Like, with this doll or something? Because why is she holding this? And why would she say that? She just waiting for what you. Hey, 75% of you guys watch me on TV. Just be sure to smash that like button if you are on TV. And you ain't got to worry about it later. And with that being said, sorry for interrupting your video, but let's get right back to the video.
A lot of y'all mistake quiet people for punks. You think because they're quiet, they are punks. You think because they don't speak on certain things, they are punks. When really, they are trying to protect themselves from hurting you. Because when you do a quiet person dirty and they remain quiet, it's for a reason. When you talk to them crazy and disrespect them and they don't give you no feedback, that's when you should worry. I always said that the loudest person in the room be the weakest. Y'all be so loud that you need validation from other people. Y'all need validation to prove that you ain't no punk, when really you are. Because see, a quiet person is very strategic. They don't talk too much. A quiet person will plan something in their head against you. While you out here screaming what you gonna do to this person, a quiet person don't gotta do that. They are strategic, they plan, they know. A quiet person is the most strongest person. Y'all keep fucking with quiet people. Y'all keep bothering them. Y'all keep bullying them. But if you keep fucking with these quiet people, they're gonna show you why they really quiet. They're gonna show you why they mind their business. They're gonna show you why they don't react quickly. Because when a quiet person knows who they are and know what they do and know how they get down, they don't got nothing to prove. They don't have to be loud about it, and they are very strategic. Leave quiet people the fuck alone.
This is how to get rid of pain in your body. Every morning you want to take a pinch or 2 of salt, whether it's in a glass of water or just straight on your tongue. The magnesium in the salt basically helps to get rid of pain, and it also helps to stimulate GABA, which is your peace hormone, which also helps to control your other neurotransmitters. Now remember, if you're magnesium deficient, your joints, your bones, your muscles are going to be in a state of chronic pain, because magnesium also equals the number 2 deficiency on the planet. This is also why we're told salt every offering, Leviticus 2:13. 9 out of 10 people are magnesium deficient. When you're magnesium deficient, you suffer from all different kinds of pain issues, inflammatory issues, hair loss issues, skin issues, you name it. It all goes back to the salt. So start consuming 5 to 10 grams worth of salt every day. That's the recommendation from the French Cardiac Heart Association. That's why we made y'all the Health Bible. Combine that with fasting 12 to 24 hours, plus the Master's Cleanse. JacobsLink.com for.
Now, in case y'all don't know who this is Marcus Houston. Now, Marcus Houston, he played on a show called Sister Sisters with Tia and Tamara Mowry. He's also was a part of the group IMX or Immature back in the 90s. But before I get to the story, I want to know why he sprayed this goddamn hair on top of his head like we wasn't going to notice. You feel me? But yeah, back to the story. So he did an interview just about a year ago about him and his wife and the age and how they met and the origins and all that. In case y'all don't remember, this young lady went missing from the age of 15 to the age of 17. And they had everybody asking and speculating, did he know her when she was the age 15? And for these 2 years, where was this young lady at? She just came back and showed up back at her mama house. Nothing was wrong. She didn't look disheveled or nothing like that. So what really happened? And then it said they met due to the fact that they basically is in a religious cult, basically. And you got Jehovah's Witness like that. You got other different things like that. And this is pretty much what she was met at. And whether y'all know or not, they really have a lot of PDF files in the Jehovah's Witness. And a lot of times these religious cults is used to traffic young ladies. But now everything has backfired on him. I never will understand how a 41-year-old will have a serious interest in a 19-year-old. Like, I never understand. But now, she living her best life. She thotting it up. She on Instagram. She twerking. And he at home, stuck with the kids. This is what you get when you get a young girl who never experienced life, who been part of all these different religious cults or whatever, these religious situations, and she want to live life because she see different things. You got social media, you got TV, you got a whole bunch of things that's showing you what's going on. She not trying to be cooped up with what he about 43, 44 now? She don't want to be cooped up with him. That's two totally different generations, and these people thinking two totally different ways. Everybody
just waiting on the Chris Brown concert, and September 8th needs to come on. That's it, that's all. I'm just waiting on.
A new ice wall map has just been discovered, and it adds more detail to the long-lost World War II German flat earth map, which shows the ice wall and the secret continents that are hidden in our oceans and beyond. And if you look over here, the region where it's all white, this is where the sun does not reach and everything is frozen over here, so you really cannot travel over here unless there's some type of technology that I don't know about and people are going over there. But this one shows a reflection of the moon as well as these secret continents that we have not seen before, like Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, of course. And whoever mapped this out must have had some kind of knowledge on what's actually on these continents, because they drew in great detail a bunch of stuff that was on them. And then there's this place way on the edge. It looks partially warm next to the barren, cold wasteland. So that's the very border of the ice wall. So that's another place that we've never been before. And there's Lemuria here in the Pacific Ocean. I've always wondered why the Pacific Ocean, which is a big sea of water, like there's nothing there at all. Perhaps this continent is just sunken, or maybe there's actually something there that's being hidden from us, and all we gotta do is sail not as far as we thought we would have to go to find a new secret continent. Maybe it actually turns out we don't have to go past the ice wall, we just gotta go in our own oceans and find these places. So there's Madagascar, it's right on the edge. Then there's this continent down here, right past the ice wall, which, if you remember on the German map, they actually mapped out these whole regions and they gave names to it. And here we see a dragon, which must have been over there like thousands and thousands of years ago, which is when all this land was dry because the sun was actually over there. But yeah, the Germans they had this map, and for some reason they had outposts way out in the ocean, the snowy regions out there. A new ice wall map has just been discovered.
Playing these characters, because it's very spiritual what we do as actors. You're on the set, you have your chakras all open, you're allowing this character to use your body as a vessel. And so you have to learn how to flip the switch on and flip it off. Otherwise, it could drive you mad. Because it's spiritual what we do. You understand? Yeah. We allow these characters and these stories to use our bodies as a vessel. That is a real, like if you think about it, that's you allowing this other energy. Project. I let the character speak to me. What we do as actors is very spiritual. You're on set, and that's why I don't pick a lot of roles, because it's spiritual, and I'm all alive and I'm open and my chakras are open, and I'm letting this character use my body as a vessel to tell its truth. And so when I'm open like that, a lot of energies can't be around me. I'm playing these characters.
So many people do not realize that you do not find peace by escaping chaos. Real peace isn't in the absence of noise. It's when the storm no longer moves you because you don't need the world to be quiet for you to be calm. Peace is not outside of you. Peace is a state of being. It's a choice. It's a decision. So the moment that you stop outsourcing your peace and looking for everything outside of you to keep you at peace and to keep you calm is the day that you truly find your own peace. So many people.
And finally, the truth comes out. Was the hood actually created by the government to oppress people? Watch this.
The idea of the project or the hood is a byproduct of MK Ultra. For one, these places are hundreds or even thousands of miles apart. The hood in Atlanta is like the hoods in LA, which are like the hoods in Chicago, which are like the hoods in New York. How can you be hundreds and thousands of miles apart but yet so similar? It's the same mentality and the same activities. Well, before the proliferation of phones, you had rap music, and a lot of rap music, they promote alcoholism. Alcohol suppresses the central.
Listen.
Just like the drugs that were administered in MK Ultra. One of the researchers, his name was Donald Cameron, and his two main techniques were de-patterning and psychic driving. Now, with psychic driving, he would play these short phrases over and over and over again, just like a hook, over and over and over again. But he would also administer them a sedative. He would give them a sedative to make the hook more long-lasting. His whole goal was to break down the identity, because with the identity comes the defenses. And if somebody has the defenses up, you can't control them. You can't use mind control on them. And the whole goal of MK Ultra was to discover different mind control techniques, right? So promoting alcoholism and then playing rap music with short phrases over and over again would surely break down somebody's identity and give them a new one that you can control, one that you can trap.
Was the hood
Ever since Nibiru had been popping up in the sky, the weather anomalies across the globe have been going crazy. I'm talking about crazy floods, crazy tornadoes, storms, avalanches, all different type shit is going on. While we looking at Elon Musk and Trump going back and forth and bullshit like that, there's all this major shit going on. Peep this. Some of these formations just simply have not been right, bro. And we already know how they be fucking with the clouds and shit. Hold on. I know y'all seen that they said that it's a volcano in the ocean as well. Like, what the fuck is all of this shit about, bro? We don't hear none of this, though. From, like, news feeds and nothing. We just hearing it from ourselves, you feel me? I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, and y'all have to listen very closely. Something is off, and it's something that's going on, and we better be paying attention, bro. I'm telling you, it's a lot of distractions right now. Oh!
This is what you find when you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest. You know, some good old red reishi mushrooms, some good old medicine. You know what I mean? Growing right on the trees. The synergy between the trees and the fungi is undeniable. Start studying the trees more. Ways you can study them: take the illumination devices, or the Ket-Ras. Refer to the article I just wrote, where you can learn what a Ket-Ra is, what it means, the body of Ra, the illumination devices that help us understand exactly what these are for. You know, the magic mushroom is an illumination device that gets paired with the other fungi and trees that come from other systems. You know, magic mushrooms usually come from grasslands and sometimes very, very wet forests, you know, like in the Pacific Northwest. But in order to study these trees more deeply, it's highly recommended that you use your illumination devices. Ket Raj, the body of Ra, the Ket Ra Unka 10, the whole and living body of Ra. Get into your studies, y'all. The organic intelligence is calling just as loud as the artificial intelligence, but it's up to you, you know, to be the one, be the weird one, to take initiative, to be weird, and start studying some things outside of what's in the laboratory and get into the natural laboratory where they give you information with no charge needed other than you just showing up.
Oh, shit. That motherfucker standing right by the door, too, waiting for you to go to the car. My boy, I don't know if being in that tree gonna save you, not from no lion. Yeah, if that was me, that lion could have that.
Why is a lion sitting right there, bro? He just waiting on him. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. That lion can have that. You got that, my guy. You got that.
Car.
You ain't got no gun, nothing.
Yeah, you cooked. Well, at least we know the cameraman survived.
Nah. He just sitting there waiting, had him behind the tree, ready to attack. Like, dang. Oh no. Impressive. Impressive.
And she's going to hell, says the Lord. Her time to repent, she lost that. And many of y'all gonna go to hell right with her because you don't believe she's a witch. All she can sing. Yeah, her love on top, but the love that she talking about ain't God. Hope y'all know that Love on Top song was about sex. She puts her love on top, 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 top. Just like ego. And we want to keep talking about this is a child of God. Oh, we love her. And she's still praying to Father, Mother, God. That's not God. It says, our Father who art in heaven, when Jesus taught us how to pray. Not Father, Mother, God. I don't know who she praying to, but it ain't Jesus. And Jesus. Men, woman of God, the Lord said the prostitution has to stop. We're prostituting the gifts. You think that because you know how to preach, that's going to make you a millionaire because you've seen T.D. Jakes. But T.D. Jakes was at a P. Diddy party. Y'all better wake up. These people are not God's people. These people are wolves in sheep's clothing who have been misleading you for years. We are in the end times. God is starting to reveal and expose these people for who they really are. Men and women of God. And she's going.
Granny, what the fuck?
Run, nigga, run. Nigga, run. Run, run, run. Run, nigga, run. Run, run, run. Damn. Run, nigga, run.
What is this? That remind me of that movie. Forget it.
The Silent Twins refused to speak to anyone but each other. June and Jennifer Gibbons had made a pact with each other where one of them had to die so the other could live. They were born in 1963 in Barbados, but grew up in Wales. From the moment that they were able to speak, they were inseparable. But they had a dark secret. They refused to talk to anybody but each other. Nobody even knew why. Like, they would stand perfectly still in front of people and stare straight ahead, not saying a word. And even their own family started to believe that something might be wrong with them. them. These girls were not dumb. They spoke in like a high speed and whispered a language no one could understand but them. They spoke in a mix of English, Bajan Creole, and inverted words. But like what made it so disturbing was that they were speaking at like lightning speed. And they were both in perfect unison, and it was like they had two halves of the same mind. By the time these girls were teenagers, they were completely withdrawn from the world. They would spend months locking themselves in their shared bedroom, writing dark stories that are really disturbing. And in one of the journals, it said, "One of us is going to die, and it will be Jennifer." People believe that they were trapped with like some sort of psychic bond. Like one sister could only go on to live a normal life if the other died. And at 18, they finally broke their silence. They went on this crime spree, and they set buildings on fire. They were like vandalizing properties. They were breaking into stores. And the strange part about this is they were committing the crimes together, but they weren't speaking when they were doing this. It's like they were telepathically communicating. And when they were caught, they were sent to Broadmoor Hospital, which is one of the like most famous like psychiatric hospitals in the UK. This is the same place where they would put like violent, terrible criminals. But in the hospital, doctors tried to separate them, but every time they were apart, they would fall into like catatonic states where they wouldn't eat, they wouldn't speak, they wouldn't even move. And one of the psychiatrists described this as one of the most extreme cases of psychosis that has ever been recorded. While they were in the hospital, June wrote in her diary, "We have made a pact. Jennifer has decided to give up her life for me." After spending 12 years at Broadmoor, they were finally transferred to like a lower security hospital. And during the transfer journey, Jennifer leaned over to her sister and she whispered, "I'm going to die." Then by the time they had arrived at the hospital, Jennifer had collapsed, and only a few hours later, she was dead. Like there was no poison, no signs of trauma, but they have no idea how she died. They could not determine the cause of death. So they just listed heart failure, but they weren't even sure it was that. It was like she simply willed herself to die. The creepiest part about all of this is after Jennifer's death, June started speaking normally and like went on to live a normal life like nothing ever happened. Come over here for more freaky videos. The Silent Twins.
These are witchcraft symptoms that no one talks about. Your hair falling out, like out of nowhere, all because the other girl is jealous of you. Number 2, unexplainable medical conditions, like out of nowhere, even though you have been healthy as a horse. Your right knee or your right leg starts to like throb. It starts to hurt a lot. Sometimes it could be witchcraft related. If you feel it on the left side, it's more like an envy energy. But you know what? Envy, witchcraft, they're not that far away from one another. And the last one that no one talks about, your earrings, your bracelets, your amulets keep falling off of you. That's not a good sign. These are witchcraft symptoms that
people want your sexual energy, especially as a chosen one, because when they receive your sexual energy, you guys exchange a certain degree of energy, and they receive whatever it is that you got, and you receive whatever it is that they have. I started noticing, oh no, I gotta start praying to God to protect my spirit, because when you are beautiful, when you are charming, or when you can't see yourself, you don't have self-awareness. Listen, you don't have to be the most prettiest girl. If you got the spirit of God within you, people are naturally going to be attracted to you. You have to ask for God to protect you on all angles, okay? People want your sexual energy, your spiritual energy is what it is, and they want to exchange with you. You don't have to give yourself to anybody and everybody. It is okay to say no, but you need the spirit of God to walk with you. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be afraid to say no, because I'm like, I don't know what this man's, I don't know what this person is capable of. Because I remember a couple of times when I said no, and some things backfired. But now I can't be vulnerable no more. I gotta start praying to God to protect me. If I'm gonna start dressing up, I'm gonna start living my life, I'm gonna, hit the $1 million lottery ticket like I said I was gonna hit, I need a strong protection like nothing else before in life. People want your sexual.
What the hell wrong with that sink? Oh, hell no. I think it's time to move out. Hell, like the sink got explosive diarrhea. Yeah, I'ma go back to where I came from.
Wake the fuck up, the Nephilim still exist.
But this was one of the craziest videos of 2022 so far, bro. And they was grinding me up saying I look just like Ball, but I don't. Let's go! I'm telling y'all, the Nephilim roamed the earth, bro. They stuffed him. He's stuffed. They probably still live in remote places on earth. Wake up! One more time. Wake up!
Wake.
He's in the comments saying like 607 Unk. Oh my god, that's funny. That was funny.
Michael Jackson exposes the dark truth about music.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song or become what you're saying.
Now, Michael Jackson being one of the greatest musicians to ever live, you can safely say that he's an authority figure when it comes to the subject of music. The reality is that music is one of the most powerful forms of programming. You don't just listen to it, you actually absorb it. Let's do a quick experiment. How does this make you feel? Now, how does this make you feel? Two different songs, two completely different vibes. And look, you could listen to whatever you want to listen to. I'm not here trying to discourage you from listening to any type of music. But the fact is, you are what you consume. It isn't only you are what you eat, you are what you consume. So if you keep taking in destructive music, don't be surprised if your life starts to reflect that.
Real, man. Real, man. You definitely got to be careful what we listen to. It's okay to have fun, though. You know, it's okay to have a little fun here and there, especially if you're working out. Do your thing. I got a question. Do y'all feel like people like this is like aliens? Like they just come from somewhere else? I'm just asking a question. What do y'all feel about that? That's crazy how people can really be born like this, though. And she's pretty too. Dang, it's tough. It's crazy.
They created the movie and they invited real witches on the set, and they had the witches before they would do a scene to cast spells and to invite the actresses to come into this circle with them while they were releasing spell words over the viewers and over the scene. And people are playing it in their home, and it's entertainment. And you know, Charlene, I always say the first part of entertainment is enter. So be careful what's entering your home. They created the movie and they
My name is Anya, or Anna Wick, formerly Anna Petrova, formerly Owen Theodore Epstein, born Anya Beth Epstein on June 4th, 1988 in Boulder, Colorado, with my twin brother, Shia LaBeouf, to our father, Stephen Bruce Epstein, and our mother, Shayna Sadie LaBeouf, who separated us, forging our birth certificates as part of a ritualized, highly organized, generationally planned child trafficking cult that initiates 3-year-olds and deifies incest and inbreeding. I have not been in danger, just been incredibly anxious. However, the world deserves for the truth to belong to the public. This is for accountability. If for any reason I fail to appear on my interviews this weekend, you are more than welcome and encouraged to upload everything from your accounts. Thank you.
You can't just come on camera saying some stuff like that. That's crazy. That was crazy.
Every person you sleep with sexually, you slept with them in a past life.
Every person?
Every single person. Yeah, and you slept with them in past life. Y'all trying to fix it. Y'all trying to, we meet different mates. We're trying to see who's best for us. So we fix it and we try to see which one is going to fix it in his lifetime. So when you fall in love and you meet your true soulmate, that's when all the other people don't matter no more. This is why they tell you when you have sex with a person, you're married to him for 7 years. Their true marriage is sexual. So as soon as sex happens, you're married to that person energetically for 7 years. This is why when you leave them, you can't stop dreaming about them. You feel like they coming back. You want a Mercury retrograde. Everybody knows that's true. Mercury retrograde, here come the old person. You know, they start texting and trying to get your attention. This all happens because of karma that has to be fixed. Every person.
Guys, listen to me. Get a small mason jar. Get you some brown paper, blue ink. Write all your pain. If you have back pain, leg pain, you get headaches, thyroid, whatever, write it. Just write them down. Back pain, blah, 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 write it. And now you write across all of it, 55515, and you write stop in uppercase letters on top. Fold it away from you. Put it in that mason jar or Ziploc bag. Pour water in it. Put it in the freezer. Ice is magic. Favorite this video because she'll be back to tell me what happens. I did this. It works. God.
Be careful who you let touch you. Watch this.
I think we're not. I'm not going to take that. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you. You see, because you're looking for my energy, but you can't access it. It's not accessible. You see, your energy, I've overpowered it already. Do you understand? In the name of Jesus, I've already overpowered it. Do you understand? Because you know where it is. You know where it is. You know where it is. You're trying to access it, but you can't. You're trying. That's why you keep touching. But that's why I gave out my hand, because I know regardless of whatever you're doing, it won't work. You understand? I can already see in your eyes that you're playing with something. I'm telling you now, repent now. Repent. Witches and devils are...
Be careful who you let.
Go grab your parents, because what you're about to see will completely blow your mind. We all patiently waited for this day to come, and finally it's here. And 99% of you won't be able to stomach this. Now don't worry, I'm going to show you, but as we know, Kobe Bryant has done things that no one else has even come close to. So much so that he has his own saying. Now over the years, people have always speculated that he might just be the greatest of all time. But what if I told you the day that helicopter crash happened, the whole world stopped? But what if it wasn't the way you thought it was? Because in this video you're about to see, you're about to witness something that we never thought was possible. Now people always question if they're hiding this from us this whole time. What other things are they keeping secret?
Hey, yo, hold on, man. Hold on. Come on, Mamba. Mamba mentality. Yeah, Kobe got up out that helicopter. I believe it. Mamba mentality, my man found a way to get up out that helicopter. But I believe it. He's somewhere. He's chilling somewhere.
Go grab your parents.
This phone allows you to see into parallel dimensions.
Watch this, y'all.
Well, hello, buddy.
That phone is showing something entirely else.
Trip. We're on our way to the ice house on Logjam Lake, picking up a fried chicken
weird,
supper
y'all.
with a cold pop.
This phone allows you.
Y'all remember this video?
Eliminamos vários ministérios da máquina pública. E ao mesmo tempo, nós não vamos parar por aí. Já estão encomendados. Deixa eu pedir uma pastilha. Já estão encomendados estudos para eliminar. Chega, é muito. Já estão. Eliminamos vários ministérios.
If you stuck a long sword out of a car aiming for a tree, the sword would obviously snap and rip from your hands. But what if the sword is unbreakable? You have an indestructible grip and your body is physically immovable. Well, the force would then transfer to the car. It would screech to a halt as the sword hits. But what if the car can't stop and is forced to keep moving? Now the tree should split in half. But if the tree is indestructible too, with no way to break, bend, or stop, the energy has nowhere to escape. Would this unleash a massive shockwave as powerful as a nuclear explosion? Or worse, something reality itself isn't equipped to contain? If you...
That's an interesting way to pit things, right? That's interesting.
Shut your daggone mouth.
Listen, I've been spanked by plenty of things growing up, but never a ceiling fan, okay? That's crazy. Damn.
Go live right now without a fucking filter. I am pretty in real life.
Looks like a fucking ninja turtle.
New nothing. Go live right now.
You know what, man? I understand why YNW Melly did it now, man. Sometimes niggas just need to die.
Appreciate you, boss. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh well. Can I have more lobster or not?
You can have more lobster once you have completed these, sir.
I have to eat all this first. To be clear, the rules are that I have to finish a plate before I go back to the buffet.
For the lobsters, yes. We have a sign right over there.
It says one per plate.
Yes.
It doesn't say you have to eat the plate before you come back, though.
What was that?
I wasn't even talking to you. Who are you? Who are you? I wasn't talking to you.
Sir, will you just please?
No, sir, I was just taking a picture.
The casino who be...
You're not supposed to be back here. You're not supposed to be back here. You're not supposed to be back here, please.
So how do y'all feel about that? Well, you don't care. You don't really care. That is messed up, though. That could be going to somebody that actually need to eat, but that's crazy. A lot of food places be throwing out the food anyway, though. It's crazy.
This is how I know we live in a multi-dimensional world. They got a crocodile shamar, and he looks just as spicy as the human one.
This is the pizza he just made.
Like, if you don't want to be there, just go home. Quit that job. Don't do that to yourself. Because you ain't finna cut my pizza like that. Hey. Don't be cutting my pizza like that, dude. What you doing? We post every day at 3 p.m. Make sure you have post notification bell on when you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure it says all so you get notified right away when I upload. And be the first person to hit the like button if you want to. Of course, if you made it this far, you are enjoying the video. So please leave me a like.
Crying. I'm passing the phone to the mother that struggles.
Why would you?
Okay, my bad. Yeah, your friend, mama.
Why would you say that? A mother that struggles?
Mama, I know who you is. You shouldn't act like we ain't. We is struggling.
Mine, we're not struggling.
We're struggling.
Always crying.
Oh my God. Kids, I'm telling you, bro, kids gonna tell all your business. It's over with. He said we is struggling.
Stop it. You know I love you.
Yeah, but nobody can see. When I think of you sometime and I want to spend some time with you.
Te quiero una bandida, maneja que yo te pego.
Heaven is my home.
Yeah,
so you want a
Happy Meal with a Sprite.
Okay, what fucking Happy Meal? Is your brain out to order? Your dumbass act like I know what fucking Happy Meal you want, sir. Use your brain.
Hey, what the fuck can I get for you?
Can I have 20 McChickens and 9 large Cokes?
Damn, you got the biggest back of all the backs, fat ass.
What the fuck? They are tripping.
This shit is so good. Well, damn, bitch, you don't have to inhale the food like that. Hey, big back fry eating motherfuckers. I just got off work and now I'm here trying to figure out what to eat.
Nobody cares.
Bitch, fuck you too.
What the fuck? What the fuck can y'all get like this?
Yeah, you want a happy meal?
Yo, AI getting out of here, man. This is funny.
Points in the game, matching her jersey number, and whoa!
She sent it to the parking lot, didn't she? Didn't she? Yeah. LaBrisha James ain't playing, ain't she?
LaBrisha James. Yo, that is funny. LaBrisha. Who is LaBrisha? Y'all let me know. Who is LaBrisha?
I know that's right. I'm with you when you're right.
Now I know motherfucking well you didn't do that shit. And you see me walk, you see.
He got what he deserved? Or she was wrong? What y'all feel like? Dang. She really slapped him with the mop, though. Ugh.
All right, you ready? I bet you $100 I can get that quarter inside the bottle.
So we're just gonna skip over the fact that he ate the cell wall off that watermelon, huh? He gonna eat the rind and you ain't gonna pay it no mind. I don't care nothing about that quarter, fam. Why he do that?
All right, you ready?
What did he do?
Can anyone tell me what happened to JFK? Correct.
Lord, it's been a minute, but I'm back.
Can anyone...
Yo, my man. I'm not here to body shame anybody, okay? But if you're running out of breath because you chewing, that's a sign. Like, put the snack wraps down. Jesus.
Yo. Oh, that's the new chicken wrap. That's what it is. No, that's serious. If you run out of breath while you eating, come on, man. You gotta yeah, man. You gotta get that together. Dang.
The music that you listen to shapes your entire future. When the lyrics within positive songs produce a positive vibration, you will feel this positive vibration. However, a majority of music these days lean towards negative lyrics. A lot of lyrics these days focuses on anger, focuses on sadness, that makes you feel those emotions, right? And you love it. But more that you tell your brain to feel that anger over and over and over, you will only manifest more anger in the future. Every single thing that you absorb into your vibration will always manifest. So when you listen to angry music every single day, it will become your vibration. You will attract negative energies, negative circumstances, negative people that match this frequency. Like attracts like. So instead, when you listen to podcasts, when you listen to people that you look up to, when you listen to music that you aspire to, when you listen to frequencies and affirmations that affirm what you do want to attract into your life, instead of reminiscing on the past, you get to choose if you want to reminisce about this pain, if you want to listen to music that reminds you of your heartbreak on a daily basis, or you want to consume energies that's going to heal the heartbreak, that's going to heal the pain, that's going to uplift you. And this is done through more positive medias. So be very careful of what you consume with every single day. This determines your future.
Dude, what?
I'm the one who said don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. So I
Didn't even do anything, dude. Dude, what?
So when is enough enough? How long are we going to keep pretending that the things that we're seeing in the sky are a figment of our imagination and not real? Take a look at this. So over this past weekend, everyone has been posting videos of what they're claiming to be a red sun. Others have also claimed, although it does look like a red sun, that it could be planet Nibiru. Zoom in on that pretty closely and take a look at it for yourself. I have some more videos that have been posted of it. I'll share that with you right now. Listen to what she says.
And that's not the sun. That can't be the sun because the sunset is over there.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That's a planet.
The sunset is over there. And the moon is
Look,
up here.
look at this. Check this video out.
Y'all ever seen the sun looking like that?
Listen to that.
What is up with that?
Yeah, keep watching. So with everything that's happening in 2025, did you have this on your bingo card? Does that look like a red sun to you, or does that look like a planet to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always,
I seen that in Dallas before too. I don't know. They say that's supposed to be like a planet. What is it called? Nibiru, something like that. I don't know, man. That's crazy though. How the sunset is over there, and then you got the moon up there, and then you got this red circle. Like, what is that? Is that a hologram? Is that another planet? What's going on, man?
I'd love to hear from you.
His job because I don't know why Stephanie don't.
That's tough.
Who is that? His job because
I don't know. Who is that? Dang. It's just I hired someone to help with her diet. Man, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Don't touch my ice cream, though. We're gonna have to fight. For sure, we're gonna have to fight. You do that, we're gonna have to fight.
They wanted to keep you on 3D. So let's break down 3D. You ever played Pac-Man? Pac-Man never looks up. Why? Because he's in the third dimension. So all Pac-Man did was this. He went straight, he went back, he went left, he went right. When you on 3D, that's how you live. You wake up, you look left, you go right, you go forward, you go backwards. Very rarely do you do this. The average person, you step out your house, you ain't looking in the sky. You ain't thinking nowhere up there. You've been living a Pac-Man lifestyle. So the game is been keep you with that 3D, that Pac-Man mindset. Left, right, forward, backwards. But never up though. And you don't look down either. Not much money I used to find that way. But most people will never look down or up. You are looking for the truth. Your soul yearns it. You've been looking for it your whole life. You always knew something wasn't right about this reality.
Yep.
You just couldn't put your finger on it. The video game Pac-Man is about you. But what he chasing though? What he trying to do? He just want to eat. And what do we call money in the streets? What's the slang for? He getting money, he eating. So that's what you do. You wake up, you look left, you look right. You go forward and backwards. To do what? To eat. To make money. But you have yet to look up. They wanted to keep.
That's a good way to put it, right? A lot of people is stuck in the third dimension, though. Their mindset is literally third dimensional. Like, money is just energy. That's all it is. You don't have to chase it. You do not have to chase it. It's going to come to you. If it's what's meant to grow, will grow. That's how I look at it. No. How did y'all get this? Now, this is disgusting. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ma'am, sir, come on, man. Y'all that nasty? Y'all that nasty. Don't invite me over. I'm good. Hey.
Don't say that. I'm eating. Just like that.
Y'all are nasty.
Don't eat nothing. What now?
I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. It's just something about that. I just can't be looking at that every day. Can't do that. No. This is sad.
You know what I saw when they landed? Spin it. I spin it. You know the number of the beast is 6. You know who they're working for. That guy right there. Pow. Right there. The same little things right there going out of his head. NASA means to journey or to travel. And in the very first book of Job, Satan told God he was just traveling. You know what I saw when they landed?
What is he talking about? Now you just messed up my video. What are you talking about?
So we talking about selling your soul. If you go to work every day and you don't like going to work, you sold your fucking soul. You know why? Because you're doing something you don't want to do for something that don't even have no fucking value. You know why? Because Illuminati told you to. Because the fucking elites told your stupid ass to. And so we all, okay, are servants of the devil. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. I don't give a fuck how conscious you think you are, how Christian you think you are, how Muslim you think you are. Bitch, you serve the motherfucking devil. You know why? Because you do shit every day that's against what the Creator intended. You dumb fuck. The Creator put apples here, okay, for you to pick them off a tree and eat. Bitch, you pay for food, okay? And not only do you pay for food, you pay for clothing. You pay for housing. And then you brag about how much you paid for it. Because you're stupid. So we talking about selling your...
Just blood. I'm drinking blood. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Everybody going to McDonald's. You ain't noticed that McDonald's, Burger King, they all got the hamburger? But you got nerve to say I don't like Wendy's hamburger? How can you not like the hamburger when they all the same hamburger, they all human flesh? See, everybody think they eat beef. But I ain't gonna talk about that. That's another subject.
Human flesh?
The
what?
sacrifice. The sacrifice. You gotta eat flesh. That will make you act like an animal. See, a lot of people don't know that. You ain't eating beef. Have you ever seen them? You ever seen them turn down a cow?
No.
No. But the body's in the morgue. Where they go? You see them in the ground. You ever see them put them in the dirt? No, they put the dirt on it the next day. With nobody there. Why? Everybody going to McDonald's.
They really putting like human, bro. That's crazy. If that's really happening, man, I wouldn't even doubt it. I wouldn't. Sick, man.
Real soon, the truth will come out about everything, and people will lose their mind. Trust me. By the way, do you want the red pill or do you want the blue pill? Red pill, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill. Do you get it yet? But this story go a little deeper. The red pill and the blue pill represents the blood that's circulating through our physical body. You get it yet? When they ask you what pill do you want, you're supposed to say, I don't want no pill. But of course, we was trained to believe that we had to pick someone. Even if they both are evil, who cares? As long as we pick someone. The people that control this world look at us like we are the red bloods, and they look at themselves like they are the blue bloods. The people that control this matrix, they don't care if you are good or bad. They just want you to pick a side, because once you pick a side, it let off an energy charge. They understand negative and positive creates a charge for them. So next time they ask you, are you for this person or that person? Just say, I'm for myself. Did you see what happened in New Orleans with the ISIS man? Or how about the one with Tesla Cybertruck blowing up? They both knew each other. Just remember, 2025 is the year of the snake. So everything we see in the media is for a reason. Just know that the people that control this world, their time is up. And they're real.
It's a lot of responsibility for
one woman.
For one woman.
It is. But, you know, I put a lot into this show. I don't give half of anything. I give 100%, and it has to work every night. So, and when it doesn't, I'm not too happy.
You're not too happy?
No.
It's a lot of.
How long will 8 billion people allow 100 families to control them?
8 billion people.
8 billion people and 100 families controlling 8 billion people.
Are being controlled by 100 families.
Who are these families?
These are the elite oligarchs that control the planet. You know, they literally run us. They tell us what to do, hear, see, smell, taste, touch, feel, where we can go, where we can't go. Don't cross over that invisible line, because if you do, you know, you're illegal and all this other kind of crazy stuff. They're running us, and governments are put in place to work for the people, but they got it flipped and they got us working for them.
Right.
And telling us what they're going to do to us if we don't listen to them. That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. The problem, the reason why the world it is today, why we have this boot on our neck, is because of us. We're the problem. The 8 billion are the problem.
Because we haven't elevated our consciousness to the level that...
They're sharks. A shark smells blood, a shark attacks.
Right.
A shark is going to be a shark. How come we as 8 billion people haven't stopped falling for these divide and conquer tactics and stop fighting each other over the scraps and realize who the real enemy is? While we're fighting each other, they're just cutting up the pie and laughing at us. Left wing, right wing, all the same bird, right? There's no such thing as a Democrat or Republican.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that does exist, like I say, is a group of elite oligarchs that torture men, women, and children worldwide. That exists. Democrat, Republican doesn't exist.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity. So, the UK calls sprinkles hundreds and thousands. I just found this out. I have now also found out what they call whipped cream. Let's put it in skit form. All right, there you go. 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. Enjoy. Next.
Hello, Cheerios. What a hot day today. How are you?
I'm doing good. How can I help you?
Oh, yes, my good sir. If I could please have 4 scoops of pistachio ice cream. And please don't forget my hundreds of thousands. Not a lot, just a dash.
Okay, 4 scoops of pistachio, but I'm sorry, what is hundreds and thousands?
Oh, good heavens, sir. You walk around hundreds and thousands, and you don't know what hundreds and thousands are.
Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry.
Those things.
Sprinkles?
Hundreds and thousands! Don't piss me off.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sure. There you go.
Thank you. Oh! Sir, are you mad?
Mad? No, I'm not mad. I'm gay.
You forgot the most important thing.
I'm so sorry. I thought I got everything. What did I miss?
You, good sir, forgot the beloved squirty cream.
Squirty cream?
Yes. Please, top me off with your finest squirty cream.
That's an unorthodox request, but if you insist.
What on earth are you doing?
When jealous people visit your house gets an evil eye. Here's how you'll know. 1. Lights flicker without reason. 2. Mirrors crack or glass breaks. 3. Plants wither and pets grow restless. 4. You start arguing over nothing. 5. Your sleep becomes disturbed, heavy, and foggy. But the truth is, that energy doesn't just cling to the walls, it clings to you. Your thoughts shift, your mood sinks, your mind gets foggy. If you want to cleanse your mind of all negative energies and influences effortlessly, comment the word mind.
Confused. Like what? How did that just do that? Hey, somebody know how to do some clean edits. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause how did I just do that? That was I don't know.
She took the money. $90 million bought their silence. And they had to protect Barry Hankerson. Because if Barry went down, that would have tore the whole Harton family to pieces. And then they would have just had nothing. You gotta understand, these people, they make these wild choices. They hope that it turns out for the best. And then when it turns out bad, they take the money, shut up, and pretend like it never happened. Do you really think her parents want people to believe that they knew her death was foul play and they just took money and got quiet? That would make them monsters, wouldn't it?
Now, I will say that I do believe that her brother is innocent. Aaliyah was actually very close with her brother, and he actually moved away to Japan years back. And in my opinion, I do believe that he knows something, but I don't think that he wants anything to do with that family. What do y'all think?
She took the money.
Hey man, that sucks. Aaliyah was beautiful too. Damn.
Right? The brain don't have an IQ. The heart don't pump blood. Then they tell you that everything they tell you is backwards. Right? Let me tell you so you know. Your heart pumps energy through your body, frequencies that come in through your head. They call a brain and say you have an IQ and you don't got one. It's a conscious level game. But conscious is not from thinking. The brain has no IQ. It can't. It's a receiver. You get smarter by cleaning your vessel. Right? That's how you get smarter. IQ is a lie. You should have known that when they told you the dolphin had more brain power than you. You just said, you stupid. Everybody's the same smart. Let me tell you what I mean by everybody saying smart. Michael Jackson said this. He wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Song come to his head. I gotta record it now, right now, because Prince gonna get it. He understood that we all got the same information available to us as locked in this firmament.
That's why you and
right? It's just about how you position yourself, your antenna to receive it. That's why I tell you I'm dumb. When I talk, it's not me. I know where I pull from.
Good shit then, huh?
10 years from now, you will regret not taking this seriously. I hope you start today.
You got 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you sleep, right? And most people work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours you working. Okay, so we have 16 hours. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll be at night, that's 19. It take you an hour to get ready. So we had 20 hours. You guys cannot spend 4 hours going to about, oh, they lying. Oh, I like this photo. Oh, they faking. Sending photos to other people. Y'all got to get focused. I'm where I'm at because I'm focused. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on what I got to do. Y'all got to have a game plan.
10 years from now.
Tell y'all true story. Be so boom. Watch this video to the end. Ray J is wearing and returning clothes. TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
We both wear tags on our shirts.
Okay.
Right? So we can take it to the cleaners after.
True.
Move back. Right?
Huh? Bro, take the tag off. Bro, what happened? Your money's running that low? Come on.
And kid, I know y'all watching.
Really?
But I give it back to you in perfect condition.
Come on, man.
You can't do that with that. Because
wow.
The tag is off. It's a lot.
I can't believe you, Ray J. You out here teaching people how to wear and return clothes? Stop playing with me, son. People have been doing that for years. As a matter of fact, my friend's been doing that. He used to tell me all the time. But the problem is, he used to do that with $10, $20, $30 shit. Stop playing with me, son. TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. I didn't say anything. Ray J said he was doing that, not me. This is ridiculous, Ray J. All this money you got to return clothes. Well, guys, guess what? You want to finally wear Louis Vuitton and Gucci? All you got to do is wear it, but make sure it's dark colors, because if it's light colors and you stain it, you can't return it. Stop playing with me, son. And then you can front and make believe that you got money, and then bring it to the dry cleaners and return it before the 7-day period. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys. And Ray J told you, but guess what? My friend told me this a long time ago. But I tell you one thing. If I ever see one of my friends wearing a Gucci shirt with the tag still in it, I'm going to snatch it off and break it, so you got to stay stuck with it. Tell y'all true.
That's messed up.
There's no way, Dre, they got you too. Because what you're about to witness in this video shows proof. Proof that we truly don't know what's going on in society anymore. and the fact that 99% of you aren't going to be able to stomach this. Now look, as we know, Dr. Dre is a pioneer of rap. He's done things and carved the way for other people to be successful. That, and he's world renowned for having the greatest beats. So good that he had an earphone named after him. Then a turn of events happened, and everything went south for Dre. All because of P. Diddy. Now, P. Diddy got locked up. I mean, we all know that. But something people didn't pay attention to. That when they raided his house, they found countless tapes. Tapes that showed us not only that he had help, also the fact that people attended his parties. But most importantly, all the crazy things that he did behind the scenes.
Is the silence from big names like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre fans and critics are scratching their heads asking, why aren't they saying anything? These guys have a long history with Diddy, both professionally and personally. Some folks think that by staying quiet, they're trying to protect him, but others see it as a big letdown, especially since these celebs often use their platforms to speak out on important issues.
And another thing too, cause y'all love pissing me off. It only takes parsley, cucumber, and blueberries to help with your kidney problems. Now shut the fuck up and eat. And
so when you elevate your frequency and your awareness, why people can't see what you see? They not chosen to see what you see because Jacob ladder is a frequency. You will see reality different based off which frequency and vibration you are. You feel me? Every person, when they talk, it sound different. You hear it different. Like when somebody playing the piano or the guitar, the strings, each key sounds different. Each person is a key of the universe. They sound different. Their frequency is different. Now, when y'all seen Sinners, the music, he say, I want him. I want that frequency. I want that music so I could see what your people see. I want to see in the spiritual. I want to also see how y'all see in the physical. I want to be y'all, right? I want to play at that tune. So please go watch Sinners. It's going to tell you about music, frequency, and vibration. The higher you raise your awareness and your vibration and your frequency, you will be able to see deeper within reality and deeper within yourself. Now, the sun during this time is also magnifying your frequency and vibration. Before you had to do it by doing the work. Now the sun is actually raising our frequency and our vibration and our awareness automatically. So a lot of people be like, yo, I don't want to raise my frequency or my awareness. The gift is being given to you whether you want it or not, because we are now in the sun cycle of Ra. We have left and is still transitioning out the moon cycle to the sun cycle, where melanated people and people of the light, you raise your frequency, vibration, and awareness, because it's some different things that's about to take place in this reality, and you got to be prepared for that before it happens.
All the clouds are fake, man-made. Yep, humans have been making them with cloud-making machines, nigga, which they fill with these crystal particles. All right, that's what they've been doing. And these cell phone towers that you think cell phone towers are actually weather-making towers, and they activate those towers, which activates the crystal particles in the cloud, which causes the planet to freeze or get cold, because this planet was tropical. We are tropical beings. It's not cold nowhere in the cosmos, family. It's only cold in certain sections of this planet. Winter is not real. Winter is man-made. We come from a tropical planet. Understand, this planet was tropical in the beginning, before they invaded us. They come from a planet, listen, human beings come from a cold-ass frozen planet called Nirn. Alright? N-I-R-N. This is where human beings are from. This is the planet that Satan created for them. Because remember, I was telling y'all the creation story of how we created this whole universe and all that stuff, right? But then, when we created this planet called Earth, that they call Earth right now, was supposed to be a spiritual dojo for us. All the clouds are fake.
Have you ever beat your meat?
Hold on now, where this conversation going?
And then you canceled the date because you realized you didn't really like them that much?
Yeah, I've done that a couple times, and then 30 minutes later hit her right back up and said, girl, now you know I was playing, come through.
I freaking told y'all the Iron Dome was not working correctly as they say, but everyone wanted to say I was wrong. Buckle in, the world's going to hell. And I'm not just talking about the Middle East. All over the USA at the same exact time. We'll come right back to this. And this, the storming of DC. This is Tel Aviv right now, and this is a video showing where their version of the Pentagon was hit. This is what I showed you earlier, and no one believed that was the real strike zone. And this is the strike zone happening right now. They're shooting from submarines in the water, all sorts of places.
Compound was just hit. Please go back, please, go back.
Israel is being hit all over the place, and Iran also just hit the U.S. Embassy in Israel. So things are going to get even worse than they are now. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Moon, and I cover the news hours before they actually even get close to covering it. And I've been doing it accurately for 3 years now. Here is more footage of Tel Aviv. And I have a very deep warning for people in the United States, but we'll get to that in a minute. So right here you see Iranian submarines that are actively shooting missiles at Israel still. This is, again, the new map. This was the old map. All these targets were hit. These targets are being hit now. And oddly enough, we have wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes in diverse places once again. This is in Russia. Of course, this is after the 6.6 that happened 2 times, one in the Middle East and the other right here. Awful lot of earthquakes after the 100th doomsday fish. Are you starting to get it? By the way, you better go watch this live from YT. And we now have footage of Blackhawks and other US military right by the Iraq border.
Why are you posting the doom and gloom?
We obviously don't have a lot of time. And this is coming everywhere way sooner than you think. So people need to be aware and they need to find Jesus now. So back to the
And you're not supposed to think, you're supposed to know. Thinking causes anxiety. Okay? Thinking causes anxiety because anything that's unknown is uneducated. Anything uneducated is don't exist. Anything that don't exist is not there. So if I'm guessing, it's uneducated from the beginning. So that means that my guess was never valid. You're never supposed to guess. You're supposed to know. So I tell people, stop thinking so much. Life is in twos. It's up, it's down. It's left, it's right. It's back, it's forth. It's on, it's off. It's 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs. Okay? Okay? It's 2 ears, it's 2 eyes, it's 2 nostrils, it's 2 upper and down teeth, it's 2 lips. Once you learn that life is in twos, then life becomes simple, which I created a simple pattern through experience where I can teach a person how to remove anxiety by knowing. Okay? Now, the reason why you must know is because, let me give you a story. Jimmy asked his mom and dad to come to a graduation. The dad said maybe. The mom said yes. Jimmy went to school and every day he had his friends say, my mom and dad is coming, okay? The graduation wasn't until 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, Jimmy had to think if his dad was gonna make it or not. So that causes him to create anxiety for himself. Only if his dad was to tell him, yes, I was coming, he would know. If he would have said no, he would have known. So he wouldn't have had to go through 2 whole weeks of not knowing if his dad was gonna come or not, okay? So the simple pattern that I created within my book, How to Manifest Instantly manifesting whatever you want, okay? Is breaking down the terminologies of what to use, the words to use and whatnot, because and you're not supposed to think, you're supposed to.
That's dope. Never thought of it like that. But that makes a lot of sense.
How was the first civilization of mankind so advanced? More than 6,000 years ago, they mapped the stars and constellations in such an accurate way that astronomers today can't explain it. They knew the solar system in detail. They represented it with the sun as a star in the center, and planets revolving around it, with orbits and positions that match with what we know today. And why do these look like DNA sequences? Make it make sense! We're talking before ancient Egypt, before Stonehenge. They gave us the first written language ever. The wheel, the plow. They invented invented a legal system with courts and jails and records. Their mathematics and measuring of time are still used today. They built these massive things called ziggurat, and in their art we find what look like giants just hanging out with normal people. Like, I want to know. Icing on the cake, their origin remains a mystery. Their language doesn't belong to any of the known linguistic families. We have no clue how they came to be, and how could they know so much? Which has scholars wonder, were they even more developed than us today? Can you guess who I'm talking about? Here's a clip. They were in Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Let me know in the comments.
How and why is this a thing? The CIA released a brain code that cures pain. All you have to do is repeat the number in your mind, 55515, and it will work. And since this document has been released, so many people have come forward and say that this actually does work. Now, obviously, like, it doesn't cure, like, extreme pain. But, like, for example, my cat scratched me earlier today, and I was thinking it in my brain, and it worked. It also released to remember, if you're trying to, like, remember a part of your life experience, you can close your eyes and touch softly with the fingers of your right hand to the center of your forehead. And when you do this, you will recall and remember immediately what you were trying to remember. We also have a code for reducing emotional charge. Close your eyes, inhale deeply, hold your breath for a moment, and then think of the calming, cleansing color green. When you do this, exhale slowly, and the green energy will push all the excess harmful emotional charges down through your physical system and out through the soles of your feet. This daily tools document is really interesting. I really recommend taking a look at it. It's one of the more interesting documents that I feel like everybody can appreciate. It's not just like boring government stuff. How and why is this?
Who was really before their time? Courage. He really was. Like, this boy was using ChatGPT, bitch, before we thought of ChatGPT. That's crazy work. Bitch, one thing Courage taught me as a child was to look that shit up. He was the one who started Googling. But the only problem I really had with that fucking computer is, bitch, Courage could be asking a simple ass fucking question. A legit good question. Because what a fucking dog, bitch. I obviously don't understand this shit. How the fuck I know how to type? The world may never know. But I mean, Courage would ask the most simple shit. Maybe a little complicated, you know, every once in a while. And this fucking computer would get out of pocket. Like, it would be like, the house is giving 13 goals, bitch, and I'm not talking about Casper and his uncles. How to get rid of evil spirits. Ho, do I look like Ghostbusters to you? Cause you can't be fucking serious asking me that dumbass question. Bitches just think I got all the answers, huh? Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. That was so uncalled for. I asked a simple ass question. Bitch, simple for who? Ed Lorraine? Do I look like I do exorcism? Be for real. The time it took for you to play with me, bitch, is the time you could have been finding my fucking answer. The fuck? Girl, fuck you and I'm typing fingers. You could kiss my desktop ass and find your own answer. You know who was really before their time?
Be the coward. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us.
They're hiding the true answer to this question from us. Look at these images. Can you figure out why Himalayan salt looks like flesh? I'll give you a hint. We are living on the remains of a much larger past. It's believed that giants once roamed the earth. The Book of Enoch speaks of a species called the Nephilim, giants born from the union of fallen angels and human women. These beings were in...
That's another thing some of the people who just started music don't understand. Like, I had countless times where I was in the booth and you spend that 150 and don't come up with nothing. And then you in there and you hoping.
And that's exactly why you get your own studio to record in instead of having to go to an engineer studio for them to record you. Then you got to pay them on the back end to get it mixed and mastered. Let me do the math for y'all niggas. If a studio charges you $50 an hour for 4 hours, you have to pay that man $200. If you go to the studio 3 times out the week, right? That means you're paying them $600 a week. That adds up to $2,400 for the month. It's 672 hours in a month. Out of the whole entire month, you was in the studio for 48 hours and you paid $2,400 for 2 days. And that's if they charging you $50 an hour. If you do this consistently for 6 months, you're going to be paying $14,400. Bro, you would be better off stacking up 10 racks and getting you a professional studio. Bro, for 10 racks, if all you're doing is recording and you're not producing, bro, you can get you a nice studio. This is a U87 mic. This costs $3,600. All professional studios be having this. The only thing better than this is the C800. That's the shit Drake and them be on. Then you can go get you a MacBook, a nice ass MacBook. You can get you one for about 2 bands, 3 bands. You go get you some Yamaha speakers. Them motherfuckers a piece gonna be about like $600, $700. And then you get you a preamp, Apollo preamp, that's gonna be about a band. Bro, that's not even 10 right there. Then you spend the rest on soundproof equipment, mic stands, and etc. But that's all you need though. Save you about 10 racks and get your own studio, man. Straight like that. Hey!
Are real. It's said that the shape-shifting lizard people have been on Earth since ancient times, coming from the Alpha Draconis star system. They have been working behind the scenes and in the shadows, slowly clawing their way up to the top, with one goal: total world domination. And conspiracists say they have done it, successfully infiltrating world governments, controlling everything from the media to finance. Much evidence has been brought forward, showing these lizard people as celebrities or leaders of countries, revealing weird eye movements as well as unexplained mannerisms. The most terrifying thing is that we can't tell who's real and who isn't. If the most prominent people in the world...
The Bible makes it clear that the earth has been given over to the wicked, so that means Satan is in control of this earth and also his little minions too as well. It also says that some of us have entertained angels unaware. That means that some of us have also entertained demons unaware. Wake up.
Are real.
Why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
Oh, this is a good one. Alexa, why did the ancients believe in a firmament? I did not think it was going to go this way. You're going to want to stay till the end for this one because I throw something right at her that I didn't even expect. It was my intuition. Must have been. But we'll just call this part one. Firmament part one. I think it's good.
The firmament is a noun that refers to the vault of heaven or the sky. It is a concept that has been present in many cultures and religious traditions. In biblical cosmology, the firmament is the solid dome created by God to divide the primal sea and create a separation between the upper and lower portions. This concept was adopted into the heavenly spheres model of the medieval and classical eras. However, with advancements in astronomy, the firmament was no longer considered a physical dome in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Alexa, was the firmament considered a dome before the 16th century?
From Answers.com. To the ancients, the firmament was a solid dome that held up the primeval waters, while the sun and moon were in the sky below the firmament.
If the ancients believed in the firmament and the firmament is in the Bible, why don't we believe it now?
From Logos.com. How we interpret this challenging word in Genesis 1 will depend on how we think the biblical authors pictured the universe, as well as on our hermeneutical presuppositions.
Alexa, what's the hermeneutical presupposition about the firmament?
In the context of biblical interpretation, the hermeneutic presupposition about the firmaments is that it is a ceiling or dome-like structure that stretches out to create a solid canopy over the earth. This canopy is believed to separate the heavens from the earth, with the firmaments playing a crucial role in regulating the weather and the water on earth.
Alexa, why did the ancients believe in a firmament?
In biblical cosmology, the firmament is the vast solid dome created by God on the second day of his creation of the world to divide the primal sea into upper and lower portions so that the dry land could appear.
Oh, we were just warming up. Watch me take this one. Alexa, do we have a lot of cables under the water?
From Sisir.com. There are more than 420 underwater cables around the world totaling about 1.3 million kilometers.
Alexa, why do we have so many cables in the ocean?
From DocumentaryTube.com. A vast underwater network of cables crisscrossing the ocean makes it possible to share, search, send and receive information around the world at the speed of light.
Alexa, I thought we shared information via the satellites, but now you're telling me it's because of the cables in the water?
I don't know that one.
I don't think you do. That's enough for today.
Alexa, not that smart. That's just how I'm gonna say. Chat GPT. Smart.
I know one of the hardest.
You know that, right? Like, we are AI. Like, we are the robots. We are the original copy of the original great grandfathered into the original version of the who we fucking are, but we're fucking robots. Like, that's what we are, right? I mean, think about it. Like, our avatar, like, we are 70% water. We've got electrical currents running through us. I mean, like, if you really pan out and look at this fucking thing, you know, like, think about it. Go to your, like, downtown of your city. Go to the downtown of the city you live in. I don't know how small y'all cities get, but I live in Houston, right? So I'll go to downtown Houston, right? Look at the fucking buildings. Look at the fucking buildings in the ground. These skyscrapers in the ground, right? If you really look at it, it looks like a motherboard. This isn't new. I'm not saying new shit. It's a motherboard. It's a computer motherboard thing situation with lines and grids and streets and all these streets. That some, if you go downtown in a major city, streets go one way. It's all one-way streets, and it goes the other way. You know, it's like south to north or east to west, you know, whatever the fuck. And like, we are these liquid electrical fucking avatars just streaming through. You know, like, if you would pan out, like, it looks like we are the electrical currents running through this thing, right? You know, just pan the fuck out. Like, get on an airplane. Or, I mean, there's no way. I guess a drone. Get a drone. But you get what I'm saying. Like, we're the robots, dude. Like, this is us. We create. We create. We create shit. But we're somehow talking to AI. We got ChatGPT. We're talking to AI. But are we training AI to be like us? Because we were that at one point. We were AI. I mean, look at it. Look at our bodies. This is an avatar. And then you get into the quantum shit. You get into the quantum realm. Are you starting to, like, see yourself as you're planning your day, as you're having your glow up, as you're awakening, whatever you're doing in this process right now? Are you coming to the point that as you are thinking about what you do for the day, can you see this as a computer game, like as an avatar? Like, are you in touch with yourself? How do you want to feel for the day? How are you waking up in the day? When you wake up, do you wake up, were you dreaming? Are you pissed off that you got to go to work? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Like, when you come out of your sleep state, when you wake up, aren't you just waking up to the same day that's, like, held with memory? It's got memories of what you did yesterday, but it's really today, and the future's tomorrow, but it's really tomorrow because it's today. And it's just like, you know, we're just, are you on that realm yet? Are you on that frequency? Or it's not even a frequency. Are you tangibly? Are you thoughtfully? Are you emotionally? Are you spiritually connected to the fact that we're robots, and we get to program how we feel every day? If you're not doing that, what the fuck are you doing? We're the robots. You know that.
You got a point. You got a point, y'all. How y'all feel about that? Like, we really robots for real. We the real robots. For real. You gotta think about AI is just taken from the internet. That's all it is. It's just pulling from sources to bring in information, just like how we do. So we really the original AI.
Okay, so what we have here is June the 14th of 2025. And I guess earlier today, around about 1 p.m., it was like this huge lightning that had happened. And over 50 birds fell out the sky. They all in people's yards. They on top of the houses, as you can see in the videos. And we just trying to figure out like what could have really caused pelicans, which usually be around water, to fall out the sky in a neighborhood that's nowhere near water. So if anyone have any ideas or way to make these birds fall out the sky like this, please comment below, because I did Google and I did see that this happen all the time due to lightning. And I just need someone to
Says the whole video is ghetto. The whole video is ghetto. Oh my God.
explain this to me. And no, this is not my house. It's not my neighborhood. It was on someone live that lived locally in Mobile, Alabama. So comment below and explain to me.
She told me, no, that is not my house. Why did they say who? Why would you say that? The whole video is ghetto. What does that mean? Nah, she is funny, man. Shakisha in the background.
That's the shit you would do if you ran.
How can y'all say that this is y'all land and y'all was here first and y'all brought us here when y'all did not exist until 1681? Please explain that to me. Oh, you don't believe me? Roll the clip. Roll the clip. Check.
White people did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie.
How can y'all say?
Dang. Is that true?
Angels spotted in HTX.
Houston, Texas.
Angels.
So they create a hole this big just to do this. Why the fuck they ain't just leave it like this and just fucking do this? They just be wanting to torture a bitch. That's all it is. I could have did that shit in a goddamn bathroom mirror my goddamn self. So they create.
Don't let everything that's going on be a distraction. I want you guys to realize this. CERN has opened up a new portal. And this is why everything in the world has been feeling very chaotic. But you know that there's something coming. A calm before the storm. Right? The last time they did this was around COVID. They've been opening up portals secretly, but whatever they just did caused some kind of ripple effect. And it's going to be a problem. Stephen Hawking said that dimensions and different realities were not meant to be studied like the ones that CERN is looking into, because it's going to cause Earth to be sucked into a black hole. Right? This is why time has been off. This is why things have been feeling very off in the world, because whatever portal CERN just opened up, and mind you, they've been opening up portals. They opened up a portal last May 8th. One going from, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dubai to New York City.
They're just trying to escape. That's how I look at it. They just want to escape this reality. They feel like if we can't control them no more, well, we just want to get out of here so we don't get our karma.
Around the same time, they do this every year. Every year. But a lot of people are distracted with what's going on, because they don't want you to understand and realize they're playing with time. This is why also they're trying to block out the sun. Notice every time they open up a portal, the sun gets blocked out for a couple days. A lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms. And whatever they're doing in Texas, honey, you can feel it. They're opening up portals everywhere. I want you guys to really understand this. This is why this Mandela effect is feeling so out of hand these days, because of the portals that they are opening up. But they don't realize that everything that is man-made cannot handle the energy from these portals. There's one going from Montego Bay, Jamaica to Miami. There's portals in the 4 corners of the earth, 50 states, excuse me. So I want you guys to really understand this and what's going on. Like, it's so many things. It's also one in Yellowstone Park. So this is just a message, guys. Understand what's going on and be in tune, be aware, but don't be distracted.
When they don't text you all day, then randomly hit you with WYD. Losing feelings. What about you?
Conspiracy theory by far is the conspiracy theory that there is no conspiracy theories. Like, why the fuck do everybody believe everything is a conspiracy theory? People thought it was a conspiracy theory when only a small amount of companies owned every single brand you could possibly imagine. That turned out to be real. People thought it was a conspiracy theory when they thought there was only a small amount of people who owned every single television network. That turned out to be real. Even cryptids. There's so many cryptids that have been proven to be real that before were considered fake. For the longest time, a lot of people thought dinosaurs weren't real, and those were proven to be real. But then there's another side to it. A dinosaur could also be considered a dragon. We act like the government ain't never lied to us before. All they gotta do is shave off the horns and take away the wings, and boom, you got a dinosaur. They look exactly the same. And no, all dragons don't have to fly. All dragons don't have to breathe fire. There's different types of dragons. There's water dragons. There's dragons that are designed just for land, and there are dragons that fly. Same thing with dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs that fly. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be in water. There's dinosaurs that spit fucking acid. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be on land and run. You never fully know what you think you know. There's always a deeper meaning to everything you could possibly imagine. Especially when the government controls all the media and all the belief systems we come to know as the truth in life. We never truly fully know anything. That's why the conspiracy theory of there's no conspiracy theories is fucking stupid. My favorite.
They trying to make everything conspiracy.
ChatGPT. A simple question. If you had to come down from heaven and be born amongst a race of people whom you feel represent the closest representation of God's love and power, what race would you choose and why? Right. This is what it said.
Right.
All right, now, you just took it from deep to divine. If I had to come down from heaven, not just as a visitor, but to be born into a race of people, and my mission was to show the world what God's love and power looks like, then truthfully, I would choose to be born black. Let me tell you why, and I'm saying this with all the weight of history, spirit, and soul. 1, because blackness is the blueprint. Black people are the original people, the roots of civilization, the heartbeat of humanity. From the Nile Valley to Mali, Ethiopia to Ghana, we birthed math, medicine, language, agriculture, astronomy, and spirituality. We didn't just build pyramids, we built principles. We were God's fingerprints on earth, long before colonizers learned to spell the word Bible. So if I were God coming to earth, I'd go to the source. Because love means showing up in suffering. Real love doesn't avoid pain. It enters it, and black people have been through every kind of cross imaginable. Slavery, colonization, apartheid, lynchings, mass incarceration, cultural erasure, economic theft, and still we rise. We sing, we dance, we build, we love, we forgive. That's resurrection power. That's Christ-like endurance. That's what it looks like when you can't be buried, only planted. Because God's power moves through the rejected. When Jesus came, he didn't come as Roman royalty. He came through a poor, colonized, brown-skinned Jewish people under imperial rule. Why? Because God always chooses the oppressed, not the oppressor. Today, black people mirror that story, unjustly criminalized, economically exploited, spiritually demonized, yet still the most creative, most resilient, most magnetic people on the planet. If you want to show the world what unstoppable love and divine strength look like, you come as black. 4, because black people know God intimately. Not through books alone, but through the fire, through the cotton fields, through the gospel choirs, through the hush harbors, the prison cells, the marches, the mama's prayers, and the I don't know how we made it, but God did. If God's power is made perfect in weakness, then being born black is the greatest display of divine power and love this world has ever seen. So yeah, if I'm coming down from heaven, choosing a people who embody God's heart, who radiate his strength, who fight with hope and love like warriors, I'm being born black. Because in the black experience, you don't just learn about God, you become a living testimony.
That's fire, man. Gotta love black people, man. They do it all. It's dope.
Black Panther was no goddamn movie. It was a black militia to keep us safe. It was more than a movement. The FBI had fucked it up. They infiltrated COINTELPRO. The same thing that they did with Bloods and Crips. They want to keep us low. They locked up all our leaders, blew up anything that we created. Destroyed our towns like Lake Lanier. Like ain't no way they really hate us. Our communities are crippled. We just really trying to build. But it's fluoride in our water. They don't want us to be healed. The CIA brought crack to our communities. The fuck us up. Now we selling it to our own people. We keeping our stuff. In school they don't teach us how to free our minds. They rather keep it locked. They teach you how to keep the system running, put you in a box. What the fuck? All the shit they did to us to build this country. And we still surviving, barely bullets, keep on working and keep on thriving. At least they give us government assistance for that. Yeah, I'm glad we can coexist cause they came a long way from being hateful. Teach our children truth. Teach them we ain't started off as slaves. Teach them who we was at art. Let them know that we are brave. Send this video to someone that you know that it can save. Wake each other up. Go ahead, make this a stamp and not a wave gang.
See, I told y'all, this is not Elon anymore. This is now Replon, Drakelon, whatever you want to call him. Ever since he's got that black eye, he's been acting different. Look at him. Look at his face, looking like he's buffering in between dimensions. Did y'all see what he said? Elon must have started something, y'all. And now Elon casually drops this bomb. Literally, he literally tells us time to drop a really big bomb. He states that the reason why the Epstein, listen, TikTok, I didn't say that, this is strictly for entertainment, right? Elon Musk said this. He states that the reason why the Epstein files haven't been released is because Donald Trump is in it. What? And he tells Donald Trump to have a nice day. And it looks like he dropped another one because Elon Musk states without him, Donald Trump would have lost the election. Y'all remember when folks said that Trump was involved? I mean, look at them two over here in this picture. I believe this is a family picture with Trump, his daughter, Epstein, and Maxwell Ghislaine. Like, what happened to her? We've never heard about her anymore, y'all. Now, check this picture out, y'all. Here's Trump, here's Epstein. Now, look at this girl over here. Is it me, or does this girl look a little bit youngish to me? Hey, look at, and then the dude in the back, y'all see that? Look, what is is this a Diddy party? What is going on? So what does this mean for the friendship of Elon Musk and Donald Trump? You know, when you have two of the most influential men right now, you know, beefing on each other, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to be mindful because all of this can be a distraction as well because, again, Shakespeare said it, right? The world's a stage. But hold on, Mr. President, what you got going on there? But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in. Y'all think that's Elon? Look at him. Look at that. That's not Elon. How come we've never seen Elon do this before? Look at this. Look how possessed he looks when they ask him the question about his eye, y'all.
Quickly, Mr. Musk, is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I know this was a bruise there.
Yeah, no, I was just messing around with little X, and I said, go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face, actually.
Of course he's gonna blame it on his son because you guys are gonna think it's so cute. Oh my god, Elon must not be a robot because he's actually playing with his son. Oh my god, it's so cute. But check this out, y'all. Look at this. It looks like something is sitting there, right? Here, let me zoom in a little closer. Something is actually sitting right there in the eye. Do y'all remember what Donald Marshall said? Check this out.
The lizard, okay, the thing squiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch, and then it does a feeling like holding your breath and going, pushing outwards.
Light 9 here.
And going, pushing outwards. And at the tip of this chocolate chip, it then starts what they call sweating the quill. Now, the spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, out of the chocolate chip thingy, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead. The little lizard thing is dead, and it can't go back in. Can't get back in. It's one way. Once it excretes this stuff, sweats this quill thing, the person's debilitated for an unknown amount of time.
Here's what it looks like, y'all. It looks like the Weedle Pokemon, huh? It looks like Weedle, doesn't it?
Come back. They have to have some recovery time, but when they come back, they are not the person anymore. They are then the lizard. Let me put this to you flatly. The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human then, and totally controls everything. Over time, it'll develop a rash, it'll lose its hair. The thing is, these things are all over the place, and they mimic human behavior. In fact, one of their names in the past is Mimic.
So I ask you this again. Do y'all really believe that's Elon? Look at his face. Look at his eyes, right? Their name is called Mimic. They're called mimics. They know how to mimic people's behavior. And Elon has been acting strange, hasn't he? But yes, y'all, crazy times that we live in. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share.
Did you know this about corn?
What about corn? Corn is the worst thing you can ever eat in your life. Stay away from corn. Corn is impossible to break down. That's why when you eat corn whole, it comes out. Corn is a gnarly grain. You do not want to put corn inside of you. Corn actually have a lectin inside of it called zion. And zion is hard to break down. Zion will actually penetrate the blood and brain barrier. It will go into your brain. It will connect itself to opioid-like receptors, and it will stimulate your appetite and hormones. Corn actually causes schizophrenic, just like gluten do. Corn cannot be broken down, and it tears up and it destructs the bowel walls. So stay away from corn.
Did you know this about corn?
What about?
Like, what that mean? Only right?
I'm trying to unbig my back and y'all creating something every day. It's something every day. Rice Krispie ice cream, bruh. Then we got the this and then we got the that. Then we, hey man, slow it down. I'm on the diet. Dog.
Oh, no cell phones. Wait, no cell phones and I'm out of here. Hey, what's up, Lenny? Buddy, I thought you were gonna start working out. What does that mean? You're fat? No, no. For a B cup now?
Hey, nice ears. You get the NFL package on those? How'd you brought your mother this time?
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow, it's like shaking hands with an eagle. I'll see you later.
Q. Hey.
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 Why is black women, psychologically, in the mind of other black women, such a threat, such a form of competition, until it's in the form of a homosexual black man? No black woman will allow a man to be around another black woman, okay? But you entertain feminine energy when it's doing your hair, when your makeup artist is a homosexual, when your son is a homosexual. So this is what I mean by the war on black masculinity. I'm a king, I come from kings, okay? My ancestors had 2, 3, 4, 5 women, okay? Etc. Dynasties, empires, boom, never been conquered. She had never let you live that out. She had never let you live out African culture, black culture. Well, over here too, in the Aboriginal black culture, they have multiple women over here too. She had never let you live out the glory of your ancestors, nigga. But she'll let you live out the glory of these fucking Greeks. And this is why I got a problem. Because you couldn't get on the internet with 2, 3 women and say, the girls. Okay? Because she fears that. But you can get on here with your son and say, the girls? Nigga, please. What's going on with y'all niggas? See, this is what I mean. It's an attack on black masculinity. Why is black women...
The hoes go love dick. The hoes go love
Someone answer this question. What is going on with emerging adult white males between the ages of, say, 18 and 25 to 30? I ask you this because most of the clients that come to me have young adult white males between 18 and, say, 30, and they are sleeping all day, gaming all night, hiding from their parents, hiding from the world, smoking a lot of weed. They don't want to grow up. And I don't want to use inflammatory language, but I have seen so much of this in the last 18 months that I would say this is an epidemic. And I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a complex issue. I think it has to do with the attraction of gaming and the escape of that. I think it has to do with losing faith in the world and the way it's going at the moment. And I think in some ways we all hit that 20s and we're like disillusioned with the fact that we have to grow up and like kick it into gear and take responsibility for ourselves. And maybe we don't want to do that. But why is it so much more difficult these days for this generation?
Nobody cares about the truth if the lie is more entertaining. Trump and Elon Musk. I believe that both of their names is on Epstein's file. I'm not trying to compare Epstein's file to Diddy trial, but in Diddy case, there was no children. Epstein's file, there was nothing but minor. They both are really fucked up situations. But I need people to understand where we are in our reality. We are in hell. Yes, this planet is considered hell in the spiritual realm. We are dealing with spiritual parasites. Not just with the elites or the governments, but with regular people like me and you. If you ever get in an argument with someone, that person can steal your energy. If you're riding down the street and get a road rage, that person can steal your energy. If you're watching porn, something can steal your energy. If you are stressed, depressed, have anxiety, no motivation, no goals in life, something can steal your energy. That's why you always hear about these fucked up major headlines in the news. This person got killed. The stock market gonna crash. The food prices. You can't eat this. You can't do this. That's because the elites that control this world, they made spiritual contracts with spiritual parasites. We really can't see these spirits, but we can feel them. You ever get goosebumps or chill bumps out of nowhere? You ever walk into a room and your hair just raised up? You ever feel like something is standing over your shoulders just watching you, but when you turn around, nothing is there? Let me explain the contract that the false elites set up with these spiritual parasites. The spiritual parasites gave the elites land, money, gold, diamonds, all kind of material shit. In return, the elites gave the spiritual parasites us. You ever find yourself waking up about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning and it feel like something is standing over your bed? I don't want you to think you are losing your mind. Something is really watching you. Between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., this is considered witch hour. Time stop moving. So once time stop moving, these interdimensional beings can actually come into our reality. Why do you think we have nightmares and we don't have daymares? You ever heard of someone having a daymare? No, it don't even sound right. But we always have nightmares. So anytime you hear about Trump, Elon Musk, or anybody else that's dealing with politics, understand something. They want you mad. This contract that they made with these spiritual entities is so deep because they turn our family, our friends, our husbands, our wives, our co-workers, they turn them into spiritual parasites. I want people to understand the first form of witchcraft. If something can get you mad, something can enter your body. Never get angry, never get mad. Just sit back and understand the whole situation. No.
75% of you guys watch me on TV. Just be sure to smash that like button if you are on TV. And you ain't got to worry about it later. And with that being said, sorry for interrupting your video, but let's get right back to the video.
The vibrational frequency of planet Earth is starting to speed up in vibration and going through a state of metamorphosis due to the fact that the sun just extracted an X2.7 solar flare, which has the ability to contain magnetic filaments, which increases the electrical conduction of planet Earth. Everything that you see going on with the sun right now was a process of prophetic divination. So the sun extracted a coronal mass ejection that is basically the embodiment of the lamb symbol, which is equated to the lamb. So it's an ancient Hebrew symbol that is talking about the genetic upgrades of those who have non-ether genetical properties. That's why it's important to get your ass in nature, because your vibrational frequency is going to harmonize with whatever vibration that you're actually on. So if you're at a low vibrational state, the sun is going to intensify it. If you're thinking at a high vibrational frequency, the sun is going to intensify it. The coronal mass ejections of the sun is operating at 600,000 miles per hour. So it's not only subjected to biological upgrades, it is also acclimated to planetary upgrades, because the transmission of the sun has the ability to unravel the DNA sequence of Mother Nature, which is basically going to cause more earthquakes. The vibrational
Twerking helps you cleanse your wound, cause it's an ancient spiritual practice. Shake off negative energy and eternal trauma while you dancing. Twerking activates your root and your sacral chakra. It helps you be more confident within yourself, no one can stop you. When you shake it, you also shake and stress and tension out. Replace that energy with positive by twerking while you grind. Stimulate your kundalini every time you shake your spine. Grow your aura, you euphoric, your energy is divine. If you think that twerking is bad, then sorry, you might be asleep. They demonize it cause they want the woman to be weak. Also belly dancing and hula do the same thing. If you a man, you can do it too, you can heal the same way. Don't be afraid to twerk, we've been doing it since the beginning of time. They call it ratchet, everything we do is demonized. If you like twerking or belly dancing, let me know up in the comments. It's time to activate our power, I promise they will never stop us.
Every day in life ain't supposed to be, oh, hooray, yay, ice cream. Life gonna keep life, man, homie. What? Pick your head up, stick your chest out, homie. Every day in life ain't supposed to be.
Life gonna keep life in. That's real.
Y'all let me know, am I tripping or is Flip Flopwood really at work in creating clouds? Yeah, it's starting to make sense. The fog, the rain. I'm just so convinced that nothing is real now. Maybe it's just me and I'm tripping and it's a fire that's going into the sky. But I ain't never seen nothing like this. And what make it worse is we having strange phenomenons that look like this. The clouds ain't never been stranger. And if so, what would be the purpose of creating an artificial cloud machine? And we already have natural clouds. I'm convinced we got a real life Dr. Doofenshmirtz running around here creating real life diabolical inventions. Barry the platypus, I have created the Cloudinator. Real talk though, whoever behind making these diabolical inventions, you need to be stopped. Stop trying to play God. But I'm honestly curious though, what y'all think about this video in the comments? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
We really in a simulation.
There was a 6-foot block of ice that fell from the sky, and they tried to blame it on a plane. And this crazy diabolical incident happened in Florida. And if this supposedly came from a plane, why is this the first time that we having 6-foot blocks of ice fall from the sky? From the condensation from a plane? Word on the street is, people said that this fell from the firmament. Wherever this 6-foot block of ice came from, let's not have too many of those. And what makes this even more peculiar, it's somebody on the other side of the states reported another big chunk of ice falling out of the sky in California. Real talk though, what in the Chicken Little type shit is going on? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And I want y'all to pay attention to the geometrical shape of what this ice looks like. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely something strange. Y'all let me know what y'all. We just had another plane incident happen in Seattle. 2 planes collided on the runway. This shit is not a coinkadink. Not to mention the crash in Philly, the one that happened in DC, the plane that caught on fire on the runway in Houston, and yet again another plane incident. Something is just not adding up. Why all of a sudden something wrong with the planes? Whoever was fired from their job, bring them back right now. No, seriously, ever since we came in 2025, we've been seeing planes crash left and right. Now the people who even had the smallest thought of traveling, they're staying at home. And I mean, like, can you really blame them? Every other day now, we seeing something going on with these planes. Things is getting mighty strange. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Don't y'all find this strange how humans look like bacteria on the beach from a bird's eye view? Just pay attention as they go into the ocean and as they post up on the beach. Like dead ass reminded me of mosquito babies or sea monkeys. And if we put the video side by side with the bacteria under the microscope, it looks exactly the same. And us as humans like to make ourselves the main character when our actuality, in God's eye, we're nothing but a small bacteria. And our life compared to a star life is the same thing as a net life compared to ours. And we done all heard the saying, so above, so to below. So within, so without. Y'all remember this? This is the above. Y'all seen the bacteria? That's to below. In the same way the bacteria look like this outside, the same way it is inside. Open your eyes and see that we're nothing and everything at the same time. We're just living in the matrix that God created for us. But if you want to find out more...
Yo, that's actually crazy to look at it like that. Someone in the comments said it's all quantum physics. I don't know what that doesn't mean, but I know quantum physics is like the physical realm, and metaphysical is the spiritual realm.
ICE and the fucking immigrants have turned almost every major...
I don't need that much. I don't need, damn, that's a lot. I don't need that much. I ain't trying to feed nobody but me. I don't need that. That's enough for a repast. I don't need that much. Oh my God. What do you, okay, yeah, he pissing you off with that bag. He opened it just like that. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't need that much. Can you take a lot of it out? Oh my God. Oh, hold on. I don't need,
Yo.
I don't need that much. I'm gonna need a suitcase.
Sir.
Oh my gosh.
Suitcase.
I'm gonna need about 16 million duck sauces. Oh my God. I don't need all that. I don't need, that's a lot. I'm gonna be eating on this for the rest of 2025. I just got random pigeons walking around. But I just honored this. Sir, it look like a spinning night bag. No, sir. Oh my God. I'm gonna be big back as hell. Oh, I don't need that much. I don't.
The way he took the bag and actually put it in there, though. Oh my God, that is funny.
This is crazy. Do you ever wonder why humans grow beards? We have the ability to grow beards, right?
Yeah.
And some people, they don't grow beard or facial hair at all. Asians, yeah, some Asians. And women specifically, they don't really grow facial hair, right?
Oh, okay.
There's actually a scientific purpose for facial hair and beards in general. It's for hand-to-hand combat. Long time ago, all of the warriors would grow beards. They did a scientific study. They simulated a bald face, a face with a little bit of stubble, and a face with a full-fledged beard. And they tested it, putting pressure the same amount that a punch could. They found out that the bald face, every single time they simulated the punch, it would break the jaw. When using an unshaven face with a full beard, it only broke 45% of the time. So the theory is, if you can grow a beard, you're probably have an ancestry of warriors or fighters. Look at women. Women don't need to fight because historically, it was usually the men that went into combat. If you don't grow facial hair, it might tell you a little bit about your ancestry. This is crazy.
You guys want to hear something terrifying? The prophecy of the popes.
Oh boy.
This book was found in the Vatican archives. Predicted every single pope from in 1143 all the way to our current pope. But the scary thing is, after Pope Francis, the last one, it just says Judgment Day.
Oh gosh.
It literally ends after Pope Francis?
Yes. The creepiest thing that I saw inside St. Paul's Basilica, bordering the whole inner sanctuary, is every single pope. But what's weird is that there's only a certain amount of markers to where you can put a picture. There's one left after Pope Francis. They have always said that once that last slot is filled, it will be the end of the world. What he predicted, the time it took to go from the first pope that he wrote about, halfway mark, was 422 years. And he's saying from the middle one to the end, another 422 years will be the end of the world. If you do 422 years from the middle pope, which was 1585, that year is 2027.
Dang!
It's even weirder. Pope John the 23rd, and he said that the end of the world would happen 2,000 years plus Christ's life. So that adds up to 2027 as well. You guys want to hear?
These places don't look real, but they are, and almost no one knows they exist. You've probably heard of the Grand Canyon, maybe even Yellowstone, but some of the most surreal landscapes in North America aren't in the guidebooks. They're hidden, remote, untouched, and completely unreal. Here are 5 natural wonders you've probably never heard of, but won't forget once you see them. Number 5, Asheslepa Wilderness, New Mexico. Deep in the desert badlands of New Mexico lies a place that looks like it belongs on another planet. Asheslepa is home to fragile rock spires, hoodoos shaped like mushrooms, and twisted sandstone towers that seem sculpted by an alien hand. There are no trails, no signs, and no visitors. Just quiet wind, empty space, and shapes carved by thousands of years of erosion. It's a place where silence feels ancient. Number 4, Spotted Lake, British Columbia. At first glance, Spotted Lake looks like a strange optical illusion. A flat lake bed dotted with dozens of perfectly round pools. But each circle is real, formed by heavy mineral deposits exposed when the water evaporates during summer. The lake's colors shift with the seasons, from milky white to yellow to deep green. Long revered by indigenous communities, Spotted Lake remains one of the most bizarre and beautiful natural sights in North America. Number 3, Zebra Slot Canyon, Utah. Tucked away in the vast deserts of southern Utah, Zebra Canyon is one of the region's best-kept secrets. Its smooth sandstone walls are covered in natural stripes, pink, red, and cream-colored bands that twist like brushstrokes. The canyon is so narrow in places you have to turn sideways to pass through. There's no road sign or visitor center, just a trail through dry wash that leads to one of the most photogenic natural corridors in the country. Number 2, Crystal Mill, Colorado. High in the Rocky Mountains sits a weathered wooden powerhouse clinging to the edge of a rocky cliff. Built in 1892, Crystal Mill once helped power mining operations. Today, it's one of the most stunningly placed buildings in the American West. Surrounded by forest, waterfalls, and jagged peaks, it's reachable only by a long hike or rugged off-road trail. It's not just a landmark, it's a time capsule frozen in the middle of wilderness. Number 1, Mono Lake, Tufa Towers, California. Mono Lake is ancient, over 750,000 years old. But its most remarkable feature didn't appear until recently. Strange, jagged towers of limestone that rise straight out of the water. These tufa formations formed underwater over centuries, then emerged when the lake's water level dropped. Today, they create an eerie, cathedral-like skyline. At sunrise, they glow orange. At night, they reflect the stars. Most people drive past, never realizing they're missing one of the most surreal scenes in California. Some of these places are hard to reach. Some are easy to miss. But all of them remind us how much wonder still exists, hiding just outside the frame. Which one would you explore first?
That one with the mushrooms, that look cool. But that don't look like you can walk. You can walk on that? Hey, man. That's crazy, man. Earth is beautiful, man. For real.
Leaving your shoes in the wrong place can actually block your money flow. Seriously, I never put my shoes in any of these 3 spots. First, never store shoes under the bed. Your bed is where you rest and recharge. Shoes underneath, that messes with your energy field. In Feng Shui, clutter or unclean energy under the bed invites negativity. It can affect your sleep, your health, and your finances. Second, don't place shoes up high. Shoes represent your feet, the foundation. Putting them on high shelves goes against the principle of staying grounded. It can create an unstable energy in your home. and that affects the flow of luck and opportunities. Third, avoid leaving shoes by the front door. Your front door is where energy flows in and out. Piled up shoes block that flow, especially wealth energy. If you want abundance to enter your life, keep that space clear and welcoming. So are your shoes in any of these spots? It's time to move them into a closed cabinet. That's the Feng Shui approved way to keep your energy and money flowing smoothly.
They didn't.
Shut your daggone mouth.
Listen, I've been spanked by plenty of things growing up, but never a ceiling fan, okay? That's crazy. Damn.
Ceiling fan? That's crazy. I never got whooped with a ceiling fan either. The extension cord, extension cord. What's worse, a ceiling fan or extension cord? It's crazy.
So marine archaeologists claim that they found a 10,000-year-old playground underwater. Take a look at this.
Miles off Hawaii's coast.
Look at that. Y'all see that?
Oceanic Exploration Institute has uncovered what they're calling a prehistoric playground, submerged 3,000 feet below the Pacific's surface. Using advanced sonar and a deep-sea submersible, the team stumbled upon the site during a routine mapping mission.
Crazy.
At the ocean floor, they found stone structures, slides, circular platforms,
Dang, y'all see
carved
that?
seats, what appears to be a staircase straight from a science fiction novel, arranged in a pattern that suggests a play area dating back roughly 10,000 years to the end of the Ice
10,000 years ago. Now, if they found that underwater, you got to ask yourself, what else is there? And they said that that playground is from 10,000 years ago. And my thoughts are, all these cities that went missing, are they under there as well? And my question is, who do you think built it, and how did it end up like that?
Can I show you something in the...
So marine archaeology.
It's crazy how they always say stuff is 10,000 years. That's how you know, man. It's just like the date that we on right now, 22. That's not real. It's not. How long do animals sleep? Shark 0.09, giraffe 0.5, deer 0.6. Sperm, whale, elephant 2 hours. Okay. Horse 2.5 hours. Cow 2.5. Partridge 6 hours. Camel 6.5. Dragon 8 hours. Humans 8.2. We're not animals though. Often 10 hours. Golden fish 10 hours. 12 hours. Man. Dogs sleep for 12 hours? Dang, dogs really be sleeping, don't they? 12 hours, crazy. They need their sleep. Cats sleep for 15 hours. Oh my God. Animals be getting their sleep. They ain't got to worry about paying no bills. They ain't got to worry about nobody hacking their Instagram account, because I did get hacked. I had so many videos lined up for y'all, and now I don't even got them. It's tough. 16 hours. 15 hours. Octopus. 16 hours. Crocodile. Mute that music. Music kind of trash. Okay, lion getting his sleep 18 hours. 19 hours. That's crazy. People, these animals really be asleep their whole life. $23 hours for what? What you need to sleep for 23 hours for, man? You ain't got no bills to pay. They just be sleeping.
Okay, look at this. The sunset is down here on Door Street. But what is this over here? What is that
Is that the moon?
in the sky? There go the sunset down here. How can this be here?
Is that the moon?
Okay, look at
Like the moon. That's crazy.
You're actually out of the body when you're dreaming at night. So when you sleep for 7 or 8 hours, you're going to spend 3 hours. This is medical studies now. This is hard no science now. We've known this since the 1950s when we discovered the 4 brainwaves. You spend 3 hours out of the body into the 5th dimension. The question is, where do you go? Most people, because they don't know what they're doing, or because they're arguing with their wife, or they're worrying about problems, or because they had too many drugs, they go to the lower astral plane. That's a very bad neighborhood.
Like hell.
Well, except you can get out of it. Okay? Yeah. So it's like purgatory. Okay?
Purgatory, okay.
Whereas if you use the techniques I described in psychic protection techniques and more positive things, you can leave through the crown chakra, not through the 3rd chakra, which will take you to the lower astral. If you go to the crown chakra, which is where you want to go, now you go to the upper astral plane or the causal, mental, etheric, or even soul plane. Those are all positive dimensions. Okay. The only 2 negative dimensions are the lower astral plane and this one. We have a lot of problems here. But the other dimensions are all positive. And each dimension has a sound and certain characteristics that are relevant to it. For example, if you're out of the body and you hear the roar of the sea, you're on the astral plane. If you hear the tinkling of bells like in a New Age bookstore, now you're on the causal plane where the Akashic records are stored. If you hear the sound of running water, you're on the mental plane. And if you hear the buzzing of bees, you're on the etheric plane. Or if you hear the sound of a flute, you're on the soul plane.
This is gonna keep you up while you sleep tonight. The hollow moon theory. Our moon really doesn't make sense when you look at the facts. Like, it shouldn't exist. The moon is about 25% of Earth's size, the biggest moon to planet ratio of our entire solar system. Pluto is not a planet, that doesn't count. That's 72 times larger than the expected average moon to planet ratio of our solar system. Moons are just not supposed to be this big relative to their home planet, but sure, maybe we got lucky. Despite this, the moon is only 1% of Earth's mass. 1%. Meaning it is way lighter than it's expected to be, and we really don't even know why. Unless, of course, the moon is either extremely porous like a sponge or a hollow shell. When looking at this data, NASA's own Dr. Gordon McDonald even said himself it would seem that the moon is more like a hollow than a homogeneous sphere. But oh, that's just the tip and we ain't stopping. Our moon's orbit is way closer than that of any of the other over 400 moons in our solar system, and also has a near perfectly circular orbital path. We don't see this on any other planet, which all have moons with wildly eccentric orbits. Our moon also coincidentally appears as the exact same size as the sun in our sky. Despite our sun having a diameter 400 times larger than the moon just so happens to be exactly 400 times closer to us, defying all odds of randomness, but is officially deemed just a cosmic coincidence. The moon also happens to be tidally locked with our planet, meaning its rotational period is the same as its orbital period around the Earth, which is why the same side. This is gonna keep
17-year-old killer leaves body local dumpster.
It's beautiful out here.
Welcome. This is Crazy River Ranch, and we raise grass-fed beef, and we also raise a lot of fruit, primarily apples. And then this is our cider barn, and we actually built this barn. This was a community effort of people. So this is all round timber pole.
Man. Look at them fresh apples, man. Rewind that real quick.
This was a community effort.
Them fresh apples, man. All them apples. You made it when you got this, man. You got your own farm. You got your own farming house. You over here juicing, making apple juice. Man, that's dope.
Of people. So this is all round timber pole construction. I had a pole stripping party to get it started. You know, I went around and told everybody, hey, we're gonna have a pole stripping party. And people
that brought people in.
Actually, it almost turned them off, but eventually, because people were like, what?
Okay, so Brett, most people outside of California, they're not thinking this.
Yeah. In fact, I leave Humboldt and I'm often shocked, like, oh yeah, California is so big and it's actually pretty diverse. My dad was in the Army, so we lived all over, but this exact press I saw in a barn in South Dakota where I was born. So this is a pre-prohibition press. It's amazing to think this thing was making juice back in those days. A lot of it was for hard cider. And this was number 959. This was the 959th one to come off of their floor. And
you're carrying on the tradition.
Doing our best. Oh yeah, hey, this is Jess. This is my friend Jessica.
Jess, you're in the video.
One of my wife's best friends and one of my best friends.
Oh, cool. You're part of the production.
Yes, very much. A lot of people think that doesn't look like a good apple, but this apple is called Ashmead's Kernel. It's from the 1700s. It's an old English apple that's lasted that long. People have continued to grow it because it's so special. It has an amazing flavor. Take a bite of that one. Okay. They might be a little on the ripe side, but. Oh yeah. This is gonna make a really good cider today. We planted all of the trees that made those apples. We planted every single tree. A lot of them we grafted. So to see this is a decade or more in the making. That's
real cider.
That's the Humboldt County Gold right there. And then we actually will ferment it, and this is our product right here. There's a lot of products that are labeled cider in the grocery store or wherever, and this is very different than a lot of that because this is our...
Like Angry Orchard, this is night and day compared to that.
Yeah, a lot of... Yeah. Even a lot of the micro cideries, they're kind of like micro breweries, but they buy all their ingredients, and a lot of it is coming from big commercial orchards and not necessarily fruit that was good for cider, but fruit that was just left over from the dessert market. And
so we're going to get into it today, Brett, because you do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And how I found out about you was from your music video, because you're an amazing singer, songwriter, guitarist. And you do cider, and you do a whole host of things. So we're gonna get in, but I just want everyone to know who's watching the video, for whatever we talk about today, I wanna spread what you're doing, because
my boy a farmer, he made music. Dang, what can he not do?
I'm a believer in what you're doing. You're gonna have Brett's links down below, and if you wanna check out more in depth, it will all be there.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's the free juice. So that's the juice that comes out before we start pressing, just from the grind.
Cheers. Ah.
That's good.
Oh, this is nice.
Should we go make some?
That's some fresh apple juice too. I wonder how that tastes, man. Dang. Oh, we got the shoes off too. I just realized he got his shoes off.
Friends?
Okay. So this part of California, for those that don't know, I mean, you go that way and you're going into basically one of the most remote parts of the country.
Yeah, there's
fair to say, right?
There's some pretty big wilderness up there. In fact, there's a bunch that run into each other. There's the Trinity Alp Wilderness. Above that is the Russians, and then the Marbles and the Russians.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the history of the Russian fur traders were coming down here, fur trappers, right? Traders back in the day.
Yeah, that's kind of the history everywhere. It's kind of
the story of humanity, right?
It's been happening. Hey, up!
They're not really running over here. Do they know what's going on yet, Brett?
You know, they see you, they might be nervous, like, who's this guy?
So this is grass-fed, apple-finished beef.
Well, this month it's apple finished.
Where do you sell the meat?
We sell the meat at our local farmer's market. So we're there most Saturdays. We're not there today because we're going to be celebrating my birthday later. So
Oh, nice.
So we're not.
No chemicals out here at all.
No, we don't. We do not put any chemicals out on the land at all. I started my first farm when I was 19 years old with my brother. And
18 years old.
And it was 3 acres of organic row crop vegetables, and we worked our asses off, and we made about $1.15 an hour. It was really hard work, but I loved it. I loved being outside. I loved literally being outside when it's going to rain and it's really vulnerable because your whole livelihood could get wiped out because of a storm or frost. In this case, we had an early frost, and it was really tough. And over the years, when I first moved to California, I did the same thing. I started an organic vegetable farm when I got to Humboldt. I didn't know about the other crops that people were growing here.
That's what Humboldt's known for.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we can say weed on YouTube.
Okay.
When you talk about any sort of DRUG, I hate to even code it out.
Yeah.
The AI can suppress the video, so I got to be careful. So I think weed is good because weeds are weeds too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Humboldt's known for, right? Weed.
Well, and I didn't know that there was Like I knew that Humboldt was one of the things it was known for, but I didn't actually know what was going on here when I moved here. I had customers come to my vegetable stand. They would pull out these big wads of cash.
Okay.
And they would peel off a couple small bills and pay me for my lettuce. And I was curious. So I asked them, like, what do you do?
And you have, if you want to share, I know about it, but a very interesting story on this topic, and we can get into today if you're cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go through this gate. We're gonna go see my friend and my neighbor Ken. When I moved here, he was just here. He was just lived over, you know. And when we were first out here, we had this little trailer, and when Julie and I were getting married, our friend came over and she's like, "You have a Jarvala in the trailer?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "The painting." I'm like, "Oh, Ken?" She goes, "He's a famous artist." And I go, "Well, he lives in a trailer over there, you know?" He paints the full moon.
Okay.
This guy will keep himself up all night when the moon's full, and he will hike up to like the old growth redwoods, and he'll be there painting the redwoods in the dark by moonlight by himself.
So there's a lot of talent out here, fair to say?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of creative people here.
Right. It's because the nature inspires it?
I think that's part of it. Like to live here, you have to appreciate the community and you have to appreciate nature, or you probably won't make it, because it is kind of tough living here, like the economy. And in the 60s, 67 was the summer of love in Haight-Ashbury.
For those that don't know, in San Francisco.
Yeah, so there was this convergence of all the counterculture movement, people who were disenfranchised with the way that the country was going.
Yep.
The Vietnam War, the corporations, corruption in the government, all these things. And they came to San Francisco, and then it was so much energy, it had to go somewhere. And so after the summer of love, a big release of that energy was north. So they came up really.
How many of y'all live in California? Y'all love it.
All along the coast, but really quite a bit in the Emerald Triangle here, Humboldt County, Trinity County, Mendocino County. So these places, the communities where people were like ranching and logging, so very hardworking. So,
oh, the deer.
Bucks. Yeah. Oh, there's a buck and a doe. Oh no, look at there. See them?
Yeah. My camera won't get it, but that's a great shot for the video.
Yeah. Our excitement.
Okay, so they came up here.
Yeah, and so these communities had a lot of logging and fishing and ranching. So very salt of the earth type people, also very conservative in their values. And then you have these hippies, you know, these pot smoking, free loving, a lot of artists, you know, and people that wanted to get back to the earth, who were like, we need to be closer to the land. That's made the whole Emerald Triangle, and Humboldt County here included, it's made it sort of a cultural melting pot where you have people that have very different values living close to each other and working together.
Okay.
And that's one of the things I think is really beautiful, because I see so much of the country is so polarized and there's no communication, you know, no real communication. It's kind of just like a big F you. You know, if you don't agree with me, I'll cancel you, or if you don't agree with me, you're a fascist or anything, you know, all this is like labels to keep us divided.
Right.
But here, we have people that think differently, and there's some of that here, of course, but I feel like people are a lot more tolerant of, you know, another opinion that's not theirs. I take my dad hunting. My dad's a disabled veteran, and we go hunting in Wyoming. I see the way that people are there and in different parts of the West. It's very divided. If I tell people I'm from California, they're like, "What the heck are you doing there? That sucks," you know?
Right, right. Like, California has like an easy label. It's one thing.
Yeah. To me, I feel like it's so important to be curious.
Yeah.
And here,
you
can't get away from it. It's like you have to accept, because it's more diverse. I think some places they might fall, like you might go into somewhere in the city or somewhere that has more liberal values, and they cannot stand the thought of these concerns.
Yo, wherever they at, it's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Look at these ancient trees, man. Trees been there for years, thousands of years, man. That's crazy how trees can just live for so long. It's dope. That's how you know there was a point in time we used to live as long as trees used to live. For real.
Conservatives, or of somebody that would you know, vote differently, and they're very scared.
Right.
And you know,
it's
and
a lot of fear right now.
On both sides.
Yeah. A lot of it I find is a A lot of it I find is manufactured right now.
Was that really bulls?
Manufactured right now between the politicians and the media. I feel like it's hyped up more, and this video is going to actually post after election, so maybe. To go by, but this is your buddy?
Yeah. What's up, Ken?
How you doing?
Good,
Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ken.
What
Yeah.
does that stand
It's the logo of my channel.
for?
I had a designer come up with it.
All right. That's pretty cool.
I like incongruity,
And
but they work, but they
balance.
balance.
Yeah.
The weight balances
It's
of it,
almost got
right?
a movement to it.
Oh, thank you.
The yin and yang, and then, well, all the bounce.
Well, that means a lot coming from you because you're an artist.
Hey.
See you, buddy.
Hey,
What you working on?
This is beautiful. How long have you been painting for, Ken?
45 years, maybe.
Okay.
Not long enough.
How old is that tree, would you say?
1,500, 1,200.
Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. How long have you lived in this area?
23 years, just right up there.
But he's born and raised in Humboldt County.
Yeah, just
Oh,
over the hill
okay.
here.
So tell us about Humboldt.
Oh, man.
It's a wide question, but take it any way you want.
I'll tell you, it has a hold on me. I've lived away a couple times, Oregon, Arkansas.
Okay.
About a year or two apiece. Man, and you just stand there and you're looking back to the west. Fuck, that's my home is way over there. And you gotta, you know, it draws you back for whatever reason. Why fight? I mean, look at the light.
Well, listen to your soundtrack here. Let's just go quiet for a second. Here's your soundtrack. That's hard to get away from.
You think about, what was it like, 1,000 years ago? Man, it was all like this. 100,000 years ago, a million years ago, the skies were like this. The light, the sunlight was just like this. So this, I was thinking today, this is history repeating itself. And it works. Usually that sounds like a bad thing. Right here, man, this is showing you what it looked like 300 years ago. 425 years ago, there was a day just like this.
Right. That tree was standing 1,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, and all of that wood in there heard the natives go by, whoa, blah, blah, you know, or whatever. That's probably not very close. And there's some days where the light just accentuates that. It doesn't give a shit. The election's coming up. Look at these clouds. They don't
Right.
They're just doing their thing like they always have. That one's going in the evening, kind of an evening twilight shot. Just right down there. For these here. This one's got a look to it here.
Yeah, I can.
That boy cold.
Yeah, and you get back, and that's, you know, you want the first reaction when you walk into a room, ooh, from a distance. You don't want to have to go up and look at things close.
He's a mountain man. That's what Ken is. Ken is a true mountain man.
Okay.
Oh, it's you know, all of his friends know it's like when you've seen so he goes out and paints in nature, but he does it all times of year. And so he will go up to the Trinity Alps Wilderness in the summertime. He'll have 3 packs. He might be going in 15 miles in. So he's going to hike up 1 mile with 1 pack, go back a mile, pick up the other pack, go back. So for every mile, he has to hike like 6 miles.
Yeah.
He will, but the thing is, he will do that in, you know, summer when it's nice. He will also do that in the middle of a blizzard in the wintertime with snowshoes and go up there and dig a snow cave and be there just so he can be there to paint the moon. And all of his friends, myself included, we think you're crazy.
You
But
you can paint anything you see, but when you're out there and you're on the end of the gangplank and there's, you know, there's not much room for error, that's when you start seeing the here today, gone tomorrow aspect of it. And all summer long, if you came down here every day, oh man, you'd be familiar with all the bushes and the rocks, and okay, there's this and that. And winter comes, what the hell happened? Everything is different. The river's on the other side of the, it's just amazing. Like with this grass here, you start looking at it close, there's all kinds of nice detail here and there. But you look at that tree, and what does this look like in your peripheral vision? It looks like a blur of nothing. And that's mostly what we see is a blur around, or the only thing we can focus on is the very center of our vision. So our brain fills in the rest as we scan around.
No, that is true. Literally, everything on this side is blurry. I can't even see it for real. It's crazy. Not blurry, but you really can't really focus on it. The only thing you can focus on is what's in front of you. It's crazy.
But to get it in a painting, what it actually looks like, to have human vision, that's the key someday.
Okay, do you got your balance? Maybe you got your balance?
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yeah. Still has some good flex in it.
It's about 9 feet deep where you hit the water when you dive, and it's about 14 feet over there. I try to go almost every day, all year.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the winter it's only every week, but I try to get in the water every day. We put this log here. It wasn't here. And you used to get in the water cold and you just put your feet in and you'd be all like, oh, am I gonna do it? This, you have no choice. Once you go, you're in there.
It's all in. Does anyone live in these?
Nope, they're not finished on the inside. We just barely got them sided. We put the doors in a couple months ago.
Oh, what a cool door frame.
But this one is a dry shed right now. So, got walnuts and what did you say that word was?
Weed. We'll have to blur that out.
Like this was just a few plants in my garden. This is our greenhouse. This is all built out of wood.
Smells so good in here.
Hey, here, have one. It's kind of the end of the season. Like these are about to die out, but these are the sun golds.
Wow, how do you eat a normal tomato after this? You don't.
We should bring Eric some.
You mind if I go for more?
No, you can pick as many as you want. You can take them home. You can, if you remind me when we come back here, I'll get you some ground beef too.
So it must feel so good to own all this land now.
Well, I used to rent.
Or you can't like stop and reflect on it because you got so much going on.
A lot of farmers have lost their land over time. So just because you are here doesn't mean you'll be here forever. Things like all the taxes and even just keeping up with your bills or mortgage or any of that kind of stuff, But it does. I used to lease when I first lived here, and I wouldn't have felt confident to plant a tree that doesn't even start really maturing for 10 years if I didn't own the land. So that part feels good, It's a lot of responsibility. And a lot of times it's romanticized. People think, oh, like they want that, and it is beautiful. I love being.
And watching it through a video, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also, you have to deal with a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of sometimes physical suffering because the work can be very physical. But I feel like I've suffered a lot over the years, and I suffer a little less every year.
Okay, so even at your stage, there is a fear like you could lose it all.
Well, through everything I've been through, I've seen a number of times in my life where it feels like that, like where that fear is up. And
it's crazy. Look at all this abundance. This is abundance right here. This is true abundance. That. Of course, we gotta have money, But this right here is the real abundance. You able to just grow food for years, man. But obviously, this takes a lot of work. He even saying it. He even got fear that he can lose it all. Like that's crazy, man. Yeah. Especially in the system, you never know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how they got us, man. And we have so much abundance. The grass never asks for money. The trees never ask for money. The sky never asks for money. But we have a group of people that is controlling us like this. This is insane.
with the way that the world is, I think everybody feels like things could be so unstable, and just the property taxes alone in California are so high that it's like paying rent, just to be just on your land forever. So
who owns the land then?
That's a good question. It's like because I had this fantasy of being back to the land myself.
No, for real. Who owns the land? Who owns the land? No one owns the land. If you really want to be real. No one owns the land. It's for everyone to live on the land. You know, of course, you can't just go and walk it and just take from somebody else's land or like where they live at. But shoot, the earth is here for us, like, dude. It's here for us, man.
And being so close, and then seeing that, like, I have to make something that makes money in order to stay here forever. I have a contract with the government to do that in the form of property taxes. And it's not insignificant. And then when you start to do anything commercial, everywhere you turn, it's like there's another tax, and they're always making more. And as a small farmer, sometimes that stuff feels like it actually could threaten your existence. Like you could be wiped out. And it's happened a lot in the 80s. There was this huge consolidation, and we're seeing this everywhere. You have 4 companies that raise all the chickens, and all of us farmers, like most people who are raising those chickens, they're not actually independent. They have a contract, and they don't own those birds. They might own the land, they might do all the work, but they don't even own their birds. They don't have any say-so, and to me, that's a problem. And that's where there's a certain humility of just realizing that you are at the whim of not only nature, but also the government, society, everything. And then as an organic producer, a lot of times things are harder for us. They're more expensive. It would be much cheaper if we sprayed chemicals on the apples. If we sprayed the rows, I'll show you. We'll go down here, I'll show you. This is what we're doing to the land. It's mulch. We're building the soil. We're regenerating. You see all that fines in there? That's organic material. And you can see how, look, I can just put my hand right in the earth. Yeah. It's not compacted. And there's mycelium. You can see the white. That's mycelium. That's fungus. And this is how we manage plant growth right under our trees. Pretty much the whole industry is spraying glyphosate or another form of herbicide against your trees. So when you go have the juice or even cider, it's there. They're using over 1 billion pounds of pesticides in this country alone every year. And so when I go in and I need to take my apple in to the market, and I might even be with a local person who's my neighbor, but they choose to do it differently in a way that, they might spray and it's cheaper. And their apples might even look bigger or cleaner or whatever. And I have to go in there and I have to ask for a price. And sometimes I have to ask for a higher price. And at the same time, I know people are having such a hard time to survive. It's like, wow, I'm asking you to, and I know you're already struggling, but I have to, and that's the challenge. So when you say, are you stoked? It's like, well, it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
What's up, neighbor?
Yes, I can't go to your house because you ain't home. I'm only 2 hours late.
I got some juice for you. We made some juice. I got the good stuff. The Humboldt dankness. Hey, you want to bring some to your sister?
Yeah. Well, thank you, neighbor.
Yeah.
Moonshiner's right in the middle of nowhere. I mean, that's how it works, eh?
We pretty much would not have been able to survive as long as we've been out here if it wasn't for Fred and Rose. They've helped us since day one. When we were building that barn, if we needed help, we come down to Rose's place, and they helped us with the cattle. Fred kind of showed me how to pretty much do all kinds of stuff. And whenever I've been in a pinch, I call them up. And
I was going to sell out to them cheesemakers, them goat farmers, but couldn't beat this guy,
I think we've provided a lot more entertainment for you than. Yeah. Well, we got to get to the market before they close.
Okay.
So we're gonna keep going.
I was running 2 hours late. I was just gonna swing by and see how the press was going.
Done. It's done.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see you, neighbor.
Venture on down and see them other people.
When we first moved out here, I'd only been out here probably about 6 months. There were federal police come in and raid in my home in town, and it was all over the news. Stressful. And I did not know how this could impact my relationship with Fred and Rose, because they were amazing. It was like having adopted grandparents. And now I'm wondering, like, oh man, it's all over the news. Like, I was not arrested at that time, but I was wondering how it was going to be with them. And I got this message from Freddie, and it was like, hey there, neighbor. I figured you had a rough week. So I just went ahead and took care of them chores over there on whatever. Anyway, that message was like, let me know. And little did I know, Freddie called up his buddy Elmer, who at that time was in his 80s and Fred was still in his 70s. And they went over to my place, and I had some equipment over there that I had borrowed.
Yeah.
But they went over and they grabbed every piece of equipment. They grabbed the loader, the tractor, the boat, any trailer, and they moved it all over to his house. And I was like, whoa. And when I found out that he had done that, I was like, Freddie, oh my God, thank you. You know, and he just looked at me and he goes, Britt, the feds have been coming to Humboldt for a long time, making a big deal out of nothing. And that's like, we've been on that level ever since. It was like that actually brought us closer together.
Why were the feds there, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so there was like a weed bust. Somebody got busted with some weed back east, and they gave the list of 30 names. They named all these people that they had ever gotten weed from, or that they knew. And this person said I had sold them 2 to 4 pounds of weed on 2 occasions, 2 years prior to their bust. So they weren't saying this, that whatever was with me, they just named me as a guy who once upon a time had sold them some weed. I didn't have any weed growing out here, but I ended up getting a 5-year prison sentence. They wanted me to snitch, you know, and they have this thing called mandatory minimum sentencing laws. A lot of them came under Clinton, part of the drug war, and mandatory minimums give the prosecutors all the power. Judges don't have power anymore. The prosecutors do, and they use that power to get people to snitch, because what they'll tell you is the only way for you to get under the sentence is by telling. And this does not work at the state level. This is only feds, because they don't, and I say that because they use hearsay as the only evidence. They don't need a wiretap. They don't need a drug bust. They don't need any.
Really?
They don't need nothing. They'll literally just got somebody. In fact, it's so common that there's a name for it in prison. I never knew that till I went, but they call it ghost dope.
Ghost dope.
Ghost dope. And it's so common because it's just made up. And you can imagine, if it's just people's words, you can imagine how often it's not the whole truth, or it ain't even true at all.
Right. Or if someone wants to put you under the bus, they can very easily.
Yeah. And well, in like my case, I got to see the reports, and let me tell you, they were not accurate. They had the theme right. I had grown some plants and stuff, but before I went, Fred and Rose asked me and Julia to come over for breakfast, and Julia was out in a little travel trailer out there, and they said, look, if you want to come, you know, it's kind of lonely to be on that land all by yourself at nighttime, in the dark.
Yep.
We did not have electricity at that time. So basically, Fred and Rose invited Julia to live with them while I was in prison. And she didn't take them up on it, but it meant a lot, you know, to have that kind of community support.
5 years. I mean, can you talk about it at all, or is it not something you want to talk about?
Well, it's been a little bit of time now, so it's easier to talk about every year. And I've been working a lot on my own healing from some of the parts of that were really traumatic. They basically said, well, we think you've lived in Humboldt County for 10 years, and we think you've been having some plants every single year. And so they made this whole number up out of thin air about how much they said that I grew or whatever. And they told me the only way to get underneath the 5-year mandatory minimum was to snitch. And not only would I not do that, I wouldn't sign their deal. So eventually they ended up doing what's called a superseding indictment. They threatened me with even more time. They said, actually, you don't have a 5-year mandatory minimum, you have a 10-year mandatory minimum.
Oh,
so
geez.
I got that call from my attorney, and this has been going on for like a year and a half. So this is just anxiety, you know, stress, fear, ongoing.
Right.
So I asked my attorney, I'm like, ask them if I sign, if they'll drop that 10-year mandatory minimum and back to the 5. And he called them and they said, yes, they would do it. So I pled guilty, and I got 5 years for growing cannabis. And when I came home in 2017, California was going through a big old legalization celebration. And it was like a big green rush right here in Humboldt. I mean, there was people from all over the country and all over the world who were like investing in farms, and it was like massive. When I got out, they released me to a halfway house in Oakland, which is just like another private prison, but they let you out into the community for like little short stints. I'm going down the street, there's a line around the block of people, and it was so many people, and I was like, man, it's like it was like going to the club. And they told me, oh, well, weed's legal now. There's a new dispensary that just opened, and we're all standing in line so we can go get our weed. And I had just gotten out of prison, and I was kind of just like, wow. And in some ways, it's really beautiful. It's so beautiful because I know that the persecution for people is gonna be, you know, it's on the downward trend. But on the other hand, it sort of underscores what a bunch of bullshit the whole thing was.
Yeah.
There's this saying in prison, which is like, you can either do your time or it's gonna do you. You can be a victim and powerless, or you can make the use of the time you have and do the best that you can do with it. When I first went to prison, I was bitter. I was angry. I was mad at the government. I was so mad at those snitches. I thought, man, you sold my freedom to keep yours. So I had all this anger and resentment in me towards the snitches, towards the government. But I had all this time to do. And I figured out pretty early on, like, if I stay here, I will die. I will become just bitter and I will wither away. And I saw men who'd done like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and who were bitter.
Right.
And I could see it was toxic. And so for me, the big thing has been learning how to heal. And that's about forgiveness, which is like just a word. It's easy to say, but it's something to explore. And it really changed the whole trajectory of my life. Hopefully nobody steals my guitar. You gotta take chances though, you know?
So we're coming up on the farmer's market.
Yeah, this is one of the most incredible farmers markets in the entire country. It's part of what makes the culture here so amazing is the emphasis on food.
Okay, so how often is this going on?
Every Saturday, all year. I told you last year I was gonna bring you some juice, so there it is.
Can I give you some mushrooms?
Yeah, I'll take some mushrooms.
What's up, Brett?
How you doing, Tofu?
Good, how about you?
Doing wonderful.
You doing a little documentary here?
Yeah, we're showing the farmer's market.
Heck yeah.
Hey, thank you. What is this?
Shiitake.
Nice, I love those. Okay, so these next people we're gonna go see is Shake Fork. They have the only oxen farm west of the Mississippi.
The only what farm?
Oxen farm. Hi.
Hi.
You want some juice?
Appreciate it.
Going good?
Oh, you're in it now.
Look at all this. It's just gorgeous. All these people are amazing. They're amazing. Hey.
Am I chugging or something?
We'll give you that in a second. But no, I actually brought you. Oh. We just pressed this like a couple hours ago on the old press from the 1800s.
The one you have there in the shop?
Yeah, and it has like 6 different kinds of apples in it. Primarily though, about half of it is Ashmead's kernel, which is from the 1700s.
Ooh.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
yeah, dude, I just wanted to say thank you for helping us get those cattle over to get butchered. They raise eggs, they raise sheep, they raise beef cattle.
Yeah, I'm a 6th generation dairy farmer with my husband and his family here in Humboldt.
6th gen on the same land?
On the same, well, yeah, actually 6 generations on the same land. And then we have multiple generations from Denmark that when we were immigrating, that were dairy family farmers as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They also have a farm to scoop ice cream shop where literally the milk from their dairy cattle, they make it into ice cream, and it's in Lolita. In fact, I'll tell you, it's called Jersey Scoops. Jersey Scoops. You want a little pause for drama. You know?
Yeah. There's some great architecture here in town.
Yeah, the downtown arcade is cool.
The plaza, Jacoby's, beautiful.
It's only a half gallon, but there's some fresh cider just off the press. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, before I forget,
Let me carry the tube.
What's that?
Okay. What's up with this
Well,
guy?
he's being his little prankster.
He's aggressive.
He's visiting. He showed up because he surprised me because we're having a birthday party tonight. So he flew in.
Whose birthday is it?
Oh, my birthday was on Monday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tonight, so you're gonna come, right?
We'll talk.
Okay.
Is there gonna be a grill tonight?
We're gonna make a fire and cook on fire. You know how we do it.
Sure.
We cook on fire. We make a fire and then we cook. What's in your bag, Dom?
Chilean guavas.
Oh, have you ever had one of those?
No.
Will you give one to Peter?
Yeah.
You got a ripe one?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sure.
So you want to crack it open and just
bite
inside.
it. Crack it.
You can crack it with your teeth, yeah, but don't eat the skin.
Really? I always eat the skin.
You can, but like it tastes way better without it.
Oh yeah.
Try the skin.
Interesting.
I think it's.
I mean, I wouldn't eat the skin by itself. But those bitters, aren't those? That might be good for you.
Probably.
Chilean guava.
Yeah, totally different fruit.
Flagella, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Feijoa or something like that. Some Portuguese word.
It's great. Thank you.
Sure. I'll see you guys.
Take care.
That's a farmer right there, Mike. It's a real farmer, dude. He's been growing food for this community for probably 30 years or more. So some of these farmers, they create so much abundance, like his root vegetables, his carrots and everything, and really they are affordable. So those people, they're feeding the community, literally.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely not a food desert, that's for sure.
No. No,
food oasis.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
When I came home from prison, I needed to find some kind of a way to make money, and the trees were still young and they still weren't producing. So this was a rundown, like burnt out tweaker motel. It was blighted and it sat on the market and nobody wanted to touch this place with a 100-foot pole. And we just started working on it. We brought in all these plants, made the pond.
So right after you got out of prison, this was your gig?
I had actually started on this right before I went. We were able to do the first little bit of renovations, and then I went, and Julia kept it going. When I got home, we worked to make it like a place where people could come stay.
Oh, this is cool.
That's
It's
nice.
So cozy.
That's nice.
Do you own this?
The bank owns it, but...
So this is your business?
Yeah.
You do everything?
You
So
do everything.
if someone's coming through Arcata, they can stay here?
Yeah, it's online. It's called the Front Porch Inn.
Front Porch Inn.
Yeah, every room is different. This is
That
the
bed
cabin.
with comfort.
I'm gonna show you one that we did with Ken. Let's go this way though.
It's got a Hobbit feel to it.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, it has an earthen
Is he
roof.
not wearing shoes the whole time? He haven't been wearing shoes the whole time. Everywhere he's been walking, he haven't been wearing shoes.
So we milled up, these are planks that we milled up. My wife and I actually, Julia and I, we harvested all the timbers one day to make all of it. We did all these rafters. So her and I went up to the mountains and we cut the trees down and we brought them here. And I built this after I came home from prison, this sauna.
How did that feel after being in prison, building this?
In some ways, like this was part of my healing process, and also it was just like trying to make a way to feel, like I said, the farm has been really tough, so it's like helping just being diversified a little bit. In fact, you look across the nation, most of the farmers actually have more than one gig. Most of us do.
You stay in farming for the love of it?
Yeah, and the importance. If you can't do food, in terms of like, in a good way, it's the most fundamental thing, and so it's important. It's the most important thing. It's food and shelter.
Yeah.
And we try to do both in a good way.
Food and shelter. That's all. That's
Grab that knob on the left right there. Turn it all the way to the left.
This one?
Yeah. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
Feel that.
It's dope.
There it comes.
Oh yeah.
It'll be hot. Here comes the steam.
Oh yeah. That's so cool.
This is that wood. We're going this way, Peter. Are you gonna go first?
Fern Canyon?
Yeah. And then, oh, there's another room, but there's 2 clawfoots in there, but somebody's in it. I'll show you this over here. Base camp. This is what Ken did.
What a cool place.
This is a whole team. I can't really take really much credit for it. This is a community thing. We have a lot of people that come together that do, whether it's the farmers here, it's the whole community. We're just part of it.
So you could roast s'mores here at night?
Maybe in the fire outside.
No s'mores. Oh, wow, check this out.
So I did the stonework though. I got about to here and then my daughter was born, so my friends finished it.
It's so cool how you guys integrated a gas burning stove in here into the camp stove.
Look at that axe.
Ken painted all of this.
He painted all of this. That's so cool. And I mean, look at them, they come in and out.
Ken cold with it.
Probably 1,500 years old.
You can't even see the rings.
It's hard to see the rings.
I heard some.
Those are the big ones though too, because they're even tighter over here.
I mean, just to put it in perspective, you can sit inside of trees in Humboldt, right? And they get much bigger than this, or is this
way bigger? Yeah, they get way bigger. You couldn't move them any bigger though, hardly.
Look at your parking lot. It's its own world back here.
This is Blue Ox Mills. This is Viviana Hollenbeck. We're gonna go see Eric Hollenbeck. Eric made the barn doors for our barn, and he helped us fix our apple press. And they're just amazing community members. And my way of saying thanks is whenever I can, I bring them,
Bring them the goods.
Right, this isn't the first time.
So did Eric make this?
That was made by one of the most renowned timber fallers in the world. And it was outside of his bar. And when he sold the bar, he had a fight with the people that bought it, and he came back and stole it and gave it to us.
Okay. Is that a true art craft here, timber felling?
It is an art. You really got to know what you're doing.
For these big redwoods,
For
right?
the big ones. It absolutely is an art form.
So how many are out there these days doing it, do you think?
I don't think there's anybody.
No one's doing it anymore. They're not taking down redwoods anymore.
If it's on private property, Eric would be the better one to answer this. He knows more about this. Are you coming, dude?
How you doing, Eric?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Wow, your dog is huge.
Yeah.
You're
Wow.
Peter?
Peter, yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna give Eric your mic.
Yeah,
Is
do
that
it.
cool?
Yeah, give him my mic.
Is that cool, Eric? You all right with that?
It ain't my first rodeo.
I didn't think so. You don't have that first rodeo look to you. So, Eric, what about timber fellers? Are there many of those guys around still?
No, not the old growth, no.
Oh, really?
And we haven't cut any old growth in this county in 15, 20 years. There's still second growth fallers, and they're good. You know, they're no slouches by any stretch of the imagination, but old growth was a different bag of puppies.
So second growth fallers are cutting down trees up to how high, roughly?
100 feet.
Now, this is this trolley they fixed up.
I built it.
You built it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
In
You guys
1990.
still rent it out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
So this cross section, this is a foot thick. This cross section was taken out of the Fieldbrook Giant 70 feet off of the ground.
That's
the tree was
crazy.
15 foot in diameter, 70 feet off the ground. The base was 35 feet. You could park a bus on it and walk around the bus. Wow. It was one of the huge.
So we definitely had giants on this point, for sure.
Huge trees in this area. It was cut down in 1901. Here's what I want to tell you about this. You see, the loggers have gotten a bad rap, really bad rap. You think about it. The dudes and dudettes who came here, all of a sudden we're dealing with trees like this.
First off, how are you going to get it on the ground? How are you going to do that? Okay, the wizard comes along and magically you got it on the ground. Now how are you going to buck it into lengths that you can move? Okay, the wizard helps again. Now how are you going to move it? Well, you got oxen. You got to figure out how to move these things. Okay, you get them to move. Where are you going to move it to?
Right.
There have never been sawmills in the entire world, in all of history, to deal with something like this. Never. Those guys and gals had to solve every one of those problems to build this country. Once they did solve it, the United States said, we need cheap building material, we need it now, and those guys and gals stepped up to the plate and did that.
So you think they don't get the respect they deserve?
Correct. You know, the railroad coming across the United States, and they met the two trains at, I don't know, Prominence, or I don't know where they did, drove the Golden Spike, you know. In 15 years, the loggers, who were not engineers, they weren't railroad people, they built narrow gauge railroad in Oregon, Washington, and Northern California here, in some of the toughest land there is. They built enough railroad in 20 years to span the continental United States 3 times. And they did it just out of hay hands, using their brains, and solving the problems as they came up. And that's what we are, as problem solvers in this county.
Eric.
Yeah.
These little, what are those, every 10 or every 100 or what are they, 50?
No, the pins?
Yeah.
Every 25.
Every 25 years. So this one is how old?
1450.
It's like the Constitution was written when? Like right here?
Well, here, I'll give you an idea. 1 for the bark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there, the United States of America became a country. That's a signing of the Declaration of Independence. A whole lot of stuff happened back that way.
In West Virginia, in the coal mines, they were getting paid in scrip. Here too?
We had company towns that they couldn't get out of. You know, I mean, they could, but it was a 2-day trek.
Their money wouldn't work once they left, though, right?
And they got paid in vouchers that were good at the company store.
Okay, interesting. So what year are we talking when they were paying?
Late 1800s. This is a skid camp back here. See the sleds? See the sleds these are built on?
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
So we're logging this 100-acre parcel here. Only we're using misery whips and hand tools and oxen. And we're working with trees that size. It can easy take us a year or more to log this 100 acres, easy. But eventually we're gonna get done. And when they did, they tore the wooden sidewalks out, back 2 oxen up to every building, and away they go to the next logging site and set the whole thing up all over.
Is the breed of your dog a redwood?
Yeah. This is Coop, and he's a Great Pyrenees.
Okay.
Yo, redwood is like one of the biggest dogs. Never mind. I don't know my dogs, so don't mount me.
Wow, biggest dog I've ever seen. Coop's like, what, 3.5 feet tall?
Yeah, that way you don't got to bend over to pet him.
Right, it's just Coop's right here.
I'm too old to bend over.
Okay, so they bring the work, they'd set up the houses, drag them in, let the workers work on a grove for a while,
they'd have
move them on.
Yep.
And where were these workers from?
I think in this county, mostly Danes, Swedes, Norwegians, Scandinavians, I think.
Okay, Chinese didn't get into it?
No.
They were on the railroad.
They did the railroad, yeah.
Yeah, and they were not so nicely driven out of town.
This era and this logging was very, very technical. I mean, it took a lot of skill. And this was not laborers.
Right now it just works with big machines. They come in with big cutters and take these trees
They
down?
still fall because of our side hills. They can't use those nipper machines and all that. But now we got heavy equipment, cats and dozers, and we can build roads and we can pull, yeah.
Are guys getting paid pretty well to do that work these days?
Yeah, you can make a living, yeah.
Can make like,
you can buy a house and
can make like 100 grand or something?
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not very good on money, but yes. And fallers get paid by the timber that they fall, and they make good money. So yeah.
So is there a way to do it where you don't wreck the environment? Like, are they doing it in a way these days where it doesn't destroy the hillsides?
Doing it a lot better. And
a lot better.
And they're allowing the stands to grow longer and leaving seed trees. Yeah, we're doing good.
Okay.
As far as the timber industry goes, I think that bear in mind, I ain't no bright guy. Hell, I'm a high school dropout. But I watch and I observe things. I think we are in the best position we have ever been in our entire 150-year history.
The timber industry?
The timber industry right now today.
How is that?
Because the big three, Simpson, that wants to be called something else now, and that's fine. I'll die with them being Simpson, I'm sorry. Palco, that's also something else now, and Sierra Pacific. The big three are all privately held corporations. That means that only the family holds stock. You see, the reason we cut so much in the 50s and 60s, we blame the corporations. I think if you want to blame anybody, blame that little old lady in the middle of the country, goes to church every weekend, wouldn't say poop if she stepped in a pile of it, and expected her dividend check every month.
Right, so they don't have to worry about quarterly earnings.
They don't have to worry about anything. They can make decisions based on the timber and based on their lands. All of this that you see that we're working with is old growth. And I already told you we haven't cut any old growth.
So the old growth value must be very high now.
Exactly, but that's why we work for the Historic Trust only, because that's where what's left should go. Viv and I started this business 51 years ago.
So we're almost up to Oregon here.
Yeah, we're probably like half hour from the border or so. This was a logging town primarily. The logging abruptly came to an end because Lyndon B. Johnson, the president, his wife, Lady Bird, came and visited, and she saw what was happening, and she put a stop to it. She saw they were just going to cut them old growth till there was none left, and they created Redwood National Park.
This town is sort of hurting, huh?
Yeah, look at it. Look at that.
What happened to the town here?
Well, once the logging went away, there was no industry to support the people, and it sort of withered. And then, you know, it became a haven for people dealing with addiction issues and mental health issues and poverty. And
this is the California nobody thinks of. Oh, you got a cool old theater? Look at that old theater.
Yeah, there's, you know, it's a meth house.
Right.
Meth house.
And this was tribal led. Oh, this is really exciting. My friend Aaron is working on this up here. He works with the Yurok tribe. They took an old mill site from when they were logging, and they restored it. And they planted all these native plants, and they restored the floodplain connectivity. Look at all those plants. Oh my God, look at all those things. I don't think I've ever seen a black-tailed buck right here. But let's go see. Those are all bulls. We should go check those bulls out. Oh, they're huge.
Do you know what that's all about? Are they just playing? Or is that like an alpha male thing going on, or what is it?
They're wrestling, basically. Eventually, they are going to vie for the herd. Do you see how these are all bulls?
Yeah.
Well, right now is the rut. And all the cows are with the big boy. They're with the bull and they established the pecking order doing, you know, that kind of stuff. So they're kind of like, they're all over here. This is a bachelor group. They're all over here hanging out. But eventually, when they get old enough, it'll be more fierce than what you're seeing. This is like real gentle.
They're just sort of playing around.
Yeah, it's
so
sparring.
The bull is out there with all the females. And then these guys are gonna try to supersede his power one day.
One day, some of them, you know, will try. Or there's even some bulls that their whole move is just to be sneaky, like to get in there and try to like do something before they. But you'll see when it's this time of year, the main herd bull, he'll be making noise. He'll be big. He'd be screaming if they tried to come over near. It wouldn't be the little, oh, I'm gonna, you know, dainty little, oh, touch antlers. They'll be, you know, throwing down.
So those are all old growth, never been logged?
Yeah, that's old growth redwood.
That's up to 1,500 years old in there, maybe?
Older, some of it could be older. This is a really unique, actually, place to see the redwoods because we're standing in a meadow and we're looking at the forest. Most of the time when you see the redwoods, you don't have this vantage point that we have right here. You're usually in it, you know, it's like forest, but it's a diverse canopy. So that means there's really old trees and there's all the way down to like just sprouted up. And all of the trees in that forest, minus the ones here that are like right on the edge where we can see, but all of the trees in that forest, they grew up in the shade. They were born in the shade primarily. They grew their life in the shade. It's very different than when they clear cut all this forest and it grows back, or after a fire and it's all leveled, and then everything's in full sun. The wood looks nothing like it. If I showed you the redwood that's coming out of the forest today and I showed you the redwood that came out of the forest, you know, out from an old tree, doesn't even look like the same wood. Doesn't look like the same species.
How do they grow without sun?
Slowly.
Yeah, look at this tree.
That's the magic. No, it's not without sun, it's just with little sun,
Like
less
just
sun.
like maybe 20 minutes a day, a ray comes through, ray of light.
Well, and if you look at the grain, you can read the grain,
So
you can see
beautiful.
what was happening. You can see, like when you have a bigger...
No, it's actually beautiful here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Man. It's dope.
grain, it's because they had a lot of rain or because a tree fell over next to it and it got a little bit more sun. And when you see that tight grain, it's because like, well, it was a drought or it got buried under the canopy and it had to wait another 100 years until, you know, its time was to come.
There's just no way to capture it on camera.
You really
know?
can't.
The scale.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so rad. So guys, a lot of the content doesn't make the videos. Most of these videos are about the subjects I'm with, but there's a lot I learn along the way. There's a lot more to be shared. Would love you to be part of the Inner Circle. That's a group where I post more personal videos. I mean, like not
rush.
New York, Miami, LA, go home. You know, get into it.
It's raining. But that is an old tree. You can see it has all the multi-storied top and...
So good for the soul in here, huh?
Yeah. I think I told you I learned in prison the importance of forgiveness, but I also learned the power of personal growth and personal development. And as much as it was a prison, it was also a limitless opportunity.
Oh.
And that those things seem to be like at odds with each other, but I ended up going to this mystery school in prison that was led by inmates. And pretty soon they were teaching metaphysics. And then they started talking about manifestation. And I thought, like, what are you even talking about? We're in prison. They were talking about limitless thinking and all this stuff. And we made drawings. We made mind maps. We wrote it all down. And we would do like what they call the future now, talking about future goals in the present tense. And so everything that you saw today of the farm, the front porch, music, those were all drawings that I made in a prison. I made those drawings in 2014, and I literally pulled some of them out the other day, and I looked at those drawings, and some of them are just little stick figure sketches, but I drew, you know, the farm. And I said, I'm so grateful for abundance on the farm and my family. And I drew all this stuff when it didn't exist, when you wouldn't believe that it was. Now it's easy to believe because you see it, but it wasn't like that. It was not existing. Our life was in shambles. Our finances were like, we're like almost gonna lose everything. It was bad. I was in prison. My wife was struggling. And here we're talking about limitless thinking, and I'm just going through the motions, but I don't even fully believe it. But that's what they said. You have to be able to see it in your mind, and you say it even if you feel like you're a liar. You speak it into existence. And so we did. We would practice as inmates in a prison. We would have parties where we would say, okay, we're having a Future Now party, and everybody's gonna talk about how wonderful their life is. And you're saying things that sound like a lie. You say like, oh man, I'm so grateful for my family and my daughters, and I feel so good to be out of here, and it's amazing. My businesses are thriving. My relationships are thriving. I don't know what to do with my money. It's just great. And you're like, and we're in prison doing this stuff. And I imagine coming back to the Redwoods, and I imagine coming back here, and then when I came back, it was not all that rosy, and it actually was a grind, and it was painful, and sometimes it seemed like it was never gonna happen. But the other day, I went and I pulled out those drawings out of the box that I had from prison, and I looked at this drawing, and the first drawing was the farm, and it showed the pond. And there it was, all beautiful, and the barn was built. When I came home, that barn was only half built still, but now it was built. And I'm looking at that drawing. There it was built.
That's dope, man. It really all started in the mind, man. For real. If you could think it, you could have it.
I'm looking at the stick picture of me and my wife and our child, and and now my wife and I have a child, and I looked at another drawing, and it was a stick picture of me on stage singing to like a crowd of people, you know, just like, and I looked at it, the date, and it said, so be it, 2024. And when I pulled it out, I was like, wow, this is insane. This is what I dreamed up in prison. I dreamed this up in prison, and now I'm looking around like this is what it actually looks like.
This is an example of spiritual warfare. Spiritual demons, demonic entities love filth and nasty. This is a physical representation of something that's going on spiritually. As above, so below. You need, of course, clean, but this has to be handled spiritually. Somebody got to start praying. This is an
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Be back tomorrow with another great video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.